Move this closer. Hey guys, give us a minute. Okay, now I cut you out the screen.
I dug up some archives from
Yes. Oh, where's the magazine?
man. Oh, the 70th one
Yeah.
should be right there on the floor. What up, everybody? How can you see who all on there?
You can't from here, but I was gonna go on my phone and
Pull up.
yeah. But
Pull up.
Gracia said her name is Lady P.
That lady is Lady P.
Yeah.
What's the P stand for?
Precious.
Precious.
Pomona.
Precious. Precious. Precious.
Mom is on and Jerry is on.
Oh, Sister Jerry. What up? What up?
Bear with them. So we're still waiting on our sister Bird to get back. She went to go get the food. But
and boy, they used to be so much classiness
yes.
in the lineage. They was fresh.
Yes.
We got politicians in the family line. We got some twerkers in the family line. They was twerking before twerking was famous. Yo. Driving like it's hot and it's lukewarm.
While we're waiting, we'll show y'all some pictures.
Uh-oh. See, the people that's on here gonna get that behind the scenes scene. They gonna see some things.
Yes. Oh, because Vanetta said she working right now, so she got to get on later. So this one's for Vanetta.
Hey, can you see that?
Can you see it?
Bring it in. Look at her.
Go ahead, Vanetta. Vanetta is.
Why she got the Judge Mathis pose when he's at the beginning of it? Like she fighting crime. Drugs, I did it.
She is the oldest grandchild in the Stanford family. This when she was
we
little.
We're gonna have some fun with this today, yo. Our family is wow.
Vanetta, you was cute. You was cute.
Cute.
Shout out to you.
I'm gonna say this one. That one right there, that's some vintage. That's some history right there. Y'all gotta stay tuned for that one. I just found that one. That's why we running and ripping and running, because I was still looking at pictures back when it was probably like 5 to 10 minutes left, but I still made it on time.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know Uncle Pump ain't on there, but watch, look at Uncle Pump. I don't know if anybody can see this. Let me see if I can bring it up close enough for you. Can y'all see that? Look at Uncle Pump. Uncle Pumpy, if anybody who don't know Uncle Pump, man, this dude is active. He does things, the life of the party, dancing, but most of our family is. But that is my grandfather's brother. So y'all know we did one for my grandfather, and we've talked about him before, but that was his brother. Let's see, man. Ah, sucky. Let me show y'all grandma. So we know, rest in peace, she just passed on the 11th. But this is her and her oldest son, Uncle Greg. So if you have not seen it, boom.
Yes.
Look how classy that lady Shirley is. Hair whipped. Look at her.
That was at 15.
Yeah, man. Us Stanfords got started early, some of us. Started real young.
All right, this one, let's see if I can get it in there close. Can y'all see that?
Uh-oh. Look at that. If people can't see in there, we got Grandpa Neil. So that's my grandfather's father. He's the one with the blue point right there. Then if somebody else don't know, in that picture, my Aunt Charlotte over there, she's passed away as well.
Glenn and Lexus, there's your mama. We getting y'all pictures together for y'all too.
Yeah, I sent them a couple of them today. They've been thanking me, some tears flowing.
There's Grandpa and Grandma
Grandpa
right there.
and Grandma, man. Rest in peace to all those before us.
Apparently, I was going through some kind of thing with this hair. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Where you at again?
Right here,
Was
right
that
there.
the one where you look like the master sensei?
Yeah,
Okay.
that
There
was
was one
the.
of them you had one that was like the braids was like that, but it was coming off to the side. You had something going on the top. I was like, man, she looked like she about to do a kung fu movie.
That was my mystical time. So I was
Shake your
doing that.
ass. Watch yourself.
Oh wait, I see Virginia on here. Virginia, you see your husband
Where he
over
at?
here shining?
Yeah, he ain't got the mullet on that one. He ain't got the mullet. The mullets. We got all the Stanford legacies, like I think like they kids school pictures on here.
Yeah.
I got all 5 of y'all. You too, mama. Over here, you used to have that gap like grandma. I think you got braces or something. You ain't got it no more.
I still kind of have it. See?
You got it, yeah.
Oh,
Mama had it on there. So I'm gonna show those pictures.
Yeah, Grandma and Grandpa had so many pictures. And
So here is our great grandfather right here.
Grandpa Neil,
Yeah,
he
man.
lived to 93.
93?
Yep.
Man, look at that. And our grandfather's mother lived to be 101. So my grandfather's parents, he had one that lived in 93 and one that lived to 101. So grandma used to think, oh, look at this, sucky, sucky now. I know y'all be able to see it in the book, but here goes Grandma Shirley again. We doing this for her. Rest in peace, beautiful lady. She was just so dainty. Look at her right there.
Did you have a picture of Grandma holding here somewhere?
I'm sure she's in there.
We'll find it.
So y'all gonna see all of that.
This is Ray Jean. If you didn't know,
I started early.
Yeah, that's his first baby.
Yeah, I had a baby in high school. Found out what it was being an adult.
Real quick.
Without all the knowledge.
Real quick.
when you hop out there into the game and you don't have the knowledge, you just out there don't know. Strap up, right?
If you didn't see on my Facebook where I posted about her magazine we created for her 70th birthday, that was 7 years ago. Anybody who wants to know anything about her life is in here. We detailed everything. I had long conversations with her. So we talk about where she was born, the school she went to as a kid, how her and Grandpa got met. People say they love a good love story. This talks about their love story. They met when she was 8 and he was 12 years old. So it has letters and stories in here from other people. This is what Grandma always talked about. What she say? Don't or give me my flowers while I'm still alive.
Yeah, so we're not taking any flowers. Do not send them. Do not give them. Because she wanted to while she's living, and now that she is not, get that magazine, learn about who she was, the legacy of her life, because she is a matriarch and a queen. So definitely get that book. It ain't no profit from us. We're just telling you to get it so you have the knowledge. So ain't selling nothing.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that we honored her while she was still living.
Yes,
she would know how loved she was and how many lives she touched. So we've been getting a lot of messages. I know y'all can't see me. I'll come around.
So you want to share like one of your experiences with Grandma or something that you had, or what did she mean to you?
Sure. So anybody, okay, so this is the story that I'll share first. My mom said that I'm named after my grandmother. My grandmother's name is Shirley Ann. So grandma will always say, you are not named after me. She said, when your mom said that you were named after me, I asked what your name was, and she said, Chantel Michelle Ann Stanford. She was like, that's not my name. That's my middle name, and you put it all the way at the end of her name. So I got that one piece of her, but I also have her gap. I used to hate my gap. I think I talked about that when we did our sibling thing, that I hated my gap. But over time, I grew grateful for it because it always reminded me I shared something with my grandmother that I'm not sure any of the other children or grandchildren have. I think I'm the only one that has a gap like her. So that's one of my favorite memories.
I think for me, man, something that always stands out for me with grandma is that every day she would come home at 4 p.m. And there's something I think that in these days, man, people have to realize, man and women, is about consistency. So being consistent every day, I would know, man, I could come to that screen door. She's pulling up on time every day to come make me dinner and help me with my homework. So even though I didn't want to do homework, I wanted to play outside. But definitely, she definitely was consistent. Her and not to mention my grandfather as well. He was very consistent in all the days that I needed him. He always showed up for me as well. He gonna cuss you out and then feed you. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta have a little tough skin. So they were a great balance. You know what I'm saying? Between that. But most of all, what else I'll share is that just of recently she came and we got the house for her and she moved in. She moved in here and I got to spend the last year and a half with her. And it's just truly been amazing because I've learned so much about my family because I was connected to her from the aspect we really had conversations and there's some videos too. So if Shani hasn't uploaded it, I have her uploaded it, but I believe it's already in her channel where grandma actually speaks about some of her experiences and our family history. I never knew that our family had actually opened up two businesses before the third one. So the first two, I believe the first one, the first two didn't even make it, right? They didn't even work. And which one of the two didn't, the doors didn't even open. So then, as far as for the third one, that's when he opened the deli. And I do remember that one because that was the one where I used to come sit on the stools and they make me a sandwich and all that. And it was doing really good. And then Granddaddy got cancer at that point. So she told me about that. Then she actually explained some history about some of my family in Cleveland that I didn't know about and some things that was connected with it. So some of those experiences, man, to really learn about who she was in a true essence. Like she used to have to do a job where she stood on her feet, and that's before they had like those soft pads and all that on the floor. And she used to have to stand on her feet over 8 to 10 hours every day. And after that, she used to have to walk. Some days she had to walk home, or some days she would walk and get to a bus. Um, so just hearing like some of the struggles she went through, she helped with Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement. She played a factor in that. So and going through segregation when times was hard. So it was a lot of things that she definitely had explained to me about her life and what she had to go through. But one of the things that I think that was the most beautifulest thing is that she truly loved my grandfather. So like my grandmother, she's known my grandfather since they were children. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of lost contact and reconnected again. But sometimes you just never know who that person will be. And then you really don't even understand how special they are to you till they're gone. And that was one thing that I said ever since he passed, it was just that she always loved him so much. It was like a part of her was gone. And every day she would pray and she was what I'm saying, missing him. And what I'm saying, if you ever found the love of your life and then you had to go on without him, I'm sure that's like a part of losing limbs or a portion of your heart and a thing that was missing. So she really struggled with that part. So I really talked to her about that. And as much as what we did and as much as we made a beautiful life for her, I don't think she'll ever, what I'm saying, really would have been good without him. Now, something else that you'll really learn about my grandmother as well is that she loves to dance. You know what I'm saying? So our houses, man, we had a pool, a jacuzzi in there in the hood, you know what I'm saying? But in the pool and the jacuzzi and everything, you would have never known that we were struggling. So that was another great thing that I learned about my grandmother was that what I'm saying? No matter, you would never know she was struggling because she always dressed nice. She always provided for us. We had a nice house, you know what I'm saying? We was eating steak and lobsters. We didn't know it was my grandfather taking the last part of the shrimp and steak out of the end of the night. But you know what I'm saying? They made life good and they really taught us about love and family. So I was still talking about some of my experiences. You got some more?
I know you got a lot of experience. He
Man,
was raised
I was
as he wasn't just a grandson; he was their son. So go.
They took me in, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely a blessing, man, to have them because I had a great balance. I had a great balance of my grandfather, who's a New Yorker. So he gonna cuss you out, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be hard on you. And he was a man, you know what I'm saying? And then I had her loving nature inside. So I had a two-parent household. And big ups, man, big ups to my mom as a young child having a child to make the decision to put me in the best position. And after us talking and stuff, I understood the reasoning behind it. And then being a teenage parent myself, I understand a lot of times making the right decisions. So we had she made one of the best decisions by putting me with them, and they did a great job. They definitely did a great job, and they loved me like they own. You would have never known that it wasn't. But yeah, my grandfather was definitely an acts of service type person. He would definitely love to iron, and that was one of my things my grandma told me too, that I really never paid attention to being there. Is that she said I don't even really know how to iron because my husband always did it for me. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, and then she didn't even want to learn it either. So that was the thing.
She was like, I'm too old to be learning how to do this now.
Definitely too. She's like, man. So pretty much she used to take care of him. So it was a beautiful thing that really, really, we know that no relationship is perfect. It always has its ups and downs. But I can honestly say that their love was inseparable. You know, so they were definitely a beautiful couple, beautiful, and watching it. And it was like I used to watch my grandfather. He would do things to annoy her, to get her all mad and riled up, and then do it for her anyways. So it just man, just watching that thing and watching what they had was definitely beautiful. I definitely enjoyed the life that I had. And we have a guest star in here, Miss Rennie with her pearls on, and
Say, hey, I got my pearls on for my Gigi.
yeah, classy lady.
Yes.
And I wonder if she's ever gonna remember that my grandmother used to watch her every day up until the point she passed away. Like every day. And Rennie was born in May 27th. May 27th, she was born. So ever since May 27th up until the time she left on the 26th of December, Monday through Friday, she'd be coming down. And this is what my grandmother heard. And that's the kind of woman she is. She's the kind of woman that she would never want to be a burden on nobody. And she would never be selfish in anything she did. So if she knew like somebody needed her, she would be there. Like even like you know what I'm saying, being there for Rennie and things. She was like, where my baby at? And
Where's Rennie? Nani
she's
said,
there.
hey, Rennie, Nani loves you, boo.
So we got Nani on the phone, my mama on there. Hey mama. So yeah, like she would definitely take care of her. And she found ways because you know my grandma's hands had arthritis when she before she passed and stuff, and like she was dealing with a lot of health issues. But she found ways to spend time with Rennie. She was like put her in a little bumble or whatever the thing called, have her right next to her and sit there. She'd be able to feed her. But I'll tell an experience right now too because I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was about 2 months ago. I don't know what happened. Oh, I gave Rennie some. I call it Black Panther juice because the beets. Because I make some juice, like natural juice, and it's got like all kind of different vegetables in it. But Rennie was backed up, and I was like, man, let's not even give her a laxative. Let's just give her a little bit of juice and then let her do it. Man, worst decision. She drank this juice, man, blew it up. When I mean, it went up her back, it went to the side, it was down there. Grandma's like, oh no, RJ. She called me. She's like, oh Lord. She's like, it's everywhere. She's like, so what I did is I go ran and grab a towel. I ran Rennie in and flip her over. And so we're cleaning it up. I was like, Grandma, just watch out. Let me clean that up real quick. And it's like everywhere. And so I think one of that thing, us doing that together, I think it was a great thing. Because one of the things she cherished most, and I think the things that she reminisced was doing things together with people. So me changing the diaper, it'll trigger something in her subconscious to take her back with her and her children. Or if I was in there in the kitchen with her, even though her hands wasn't working and that frustrated her, she's like, man, she's like, I just remember when, I do all the prep work and Sonny would cook all the food. He tells Shirley, watch out the way. You know what I'm saying? So it was really, really good spending this last year and a half with her to get to know some things that I didn't. And I wish I got more because there was some lineage in her. And even though I got a lot of information, there's still always more because I'm going through pictures right now that we should have did while she was still alive because I'm finding I call them random babies right now. It's just random babies everywhere that I don't know who's the parents.
That's what we should do. We should show y'all these random babies and maybe y'all know who these kids
claim your kids.
Because
claim your kids. some bastard children right now that we don't know who parent these children right
Mom
now.
said, "Save me some Pepsi, please." That's one of my memories about my grandma. Is she always like, okay, well, one, whenever she knew I was coming out here, she would always make sure she had Pepsis in the refrigerator for me, and she'd be like, "I got you some Pepsi, baby." But she loved to drink Pepsi, so Mom, I'll save you some Pepsi. And then just like growing up around my grandparents, they always there was like never a shortage of food. And so you could go in the front, in a refrigerator in the house, in a refrigerator in the garage. There was a deep freezer. There was always food. They always made sure you was good and full. So when I was older, my grandma came to visit me one time, and I invited some friends over, and she was gonna make some of her fried chicken that everybody loves. So put in the comments what your favorite food is from her, because we found a bunch of recipes. I'm putting it in the book, and we're gonna try to get this distributed to everybody so you can have her recipes that we found. But she said she was gonna make her fried chicken. I didn't buy enough chicken, y'all. So I didn't know. So, and I didn't realize these many people were coming over to my house either, because I wasn't ready. So everybody came over, and grandma like went off on me because it was not enough chicken for everybody to eat as much as they want until they was full. Like I think everybody got one, maybe two pieces. And she was like, "You don't ever have people over and you don't have enough food to serve them. They supposed to eat until they ready to be done, not when you run out of food." And I'm like, and she was there with me for a week. She talked about this for the entire week, how I messed up and didn't have enough chicken for everybody to eat. I went up out and bought more chicken so she could make more, so I could make sure that there was more chicken just in case somebody wanted to come back and get more chicken, because I didn't want to be in trouble no more. But that's just the type of person she was. She always made sure people were fed and happy, and it was good food, y'all. It was really good.
That's probably why mama's like that now. You know what I'm saying? Mama, she'll go in there and I'll be like, "Ma, we don't need that much." She's like, "Nah, nah, here, get like 4 bags of macaroni." I'm like, "Ma, hold on, it's only like 5 people." She's like, "Nah, nah, we can make something later. Freeze it." That's the whole thing, freeze everything. No, my grandparents, and she talked about the deep freezer, and it was what
So you, well, I'm just so you can see the comments. I don't know if you can see them all the way up there.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so nah, I can't see it from over there. That light too bright.
Mom said they are not bastard kids. We just don't know who they are.
Until I know the parents. Spiritually, there is. They got some parents, we just don't know where they at. But however, yeah, like whenever they made extra food, they always labeled it and frozen. So there's a chance that they'll defrost it and bring it back for like leftovers or something like that. And one thing that I always remember too is that what they would make extra of is the burritos. Her and granddaddy would cook all these burritos, man. It was fire.
Mom used to do that when we was kids too. She used to have us in there like a little assembly line making all these burritos up. I hated that, but I liked being able to go in the freezer and get burritos when I wanted it.
Yo, that was like the fast food type thing, like whatever you buy from the store now. We had to go put the work in order to eat it.
That's what's wrong with this generation. Y'all didn't put work in the kitchen to make your food and put it in the freezer. Y'all got these hot pockets and stuff.
Y'all ain't had to wash paper plates and paper towels and sweep carpets with a broom instead of a vacuum. Mom ain't never buy no vacuum. That was the hard times. But yeah, so they used to always have mom said brisket mac and cheese. But
yes, brisket.
Yeah, my grandfather is something, and everybody comes close to what he does, but I think he still hid another ingredient in it. Because it was something in his juice sauce, you know what I'm saying, that he made where it had the brisket in there. I couldn't buy to do that. That and then his sun tea. He used to make some sun tea. Like he'll take the Lipton tea container and put it outside and let the sun make it. And then I don't know what he did, but I know it's probably a lot of sugar and then some lemon juice. You know what I'm saying? He mixed it up and it'd be gone, man. He'd have to make another gallon.
I used to love that tea, and I still have never been able to have tea like that.
And I know he just used Lipton, some natural lemons, and then he used to do sugar. I always think like, it's like that old school way. They be like, "Yeah, baby, you do a little pinch of this." Then turn around and be like, hit it in here and give it back like, "Yeah, here you go." Like it's always that extra little ingredient they ain't tell you about. But yeah, they used to do that. They used to make some fire burritos, like I was saying, and then that was one thing that explaining too to tie it in what she was talking about before. Like when he would literally cook all the meats and stuff like that and get everything ready. Grandma and them put it in there, and then he'll put his ingredients and stuff in, and she'll get hers, and then she'll roll them up, and then they wrap them in that what is it, like that wax paper,
Yeah.
the wax paper, and then an aluminum foil. And they put them out in the freezer, and they would have anything from like potatoes, cheese, ground beef. Some of it had like the shredded beef in there. It was just so fire, and it's like you just go right out to the freezer. And that was one of the things I love too, is I could always go out there and get me one of them burritos, homemade burritos.
I missed all the pool parties and stuff because back in the day, I don't really know any other black family that had a pool at their house, but our grandparents had a pool, and so I say our house. 1790 was our house. Everybody wanted to come and hang out there because there was always a party going on, and kids always could be in the pool. So that's what I remember. Even though my brother tried to drown me, trying to teach me how to swim.
I didn't drown you. See, we didn't have YMCA's in the hood. Black people, if you here and you ever learned how to swim when you was black, what did they do? They threw you in. So you had a secret swim. It's like survival of the fittest. Same way I learned how to swim in that pool. I just wanted to, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
No, don't give me the gifts of like almost drowning, okay? But yeah, those are some of my favorite things. It's been a lot. Like Jay said, I'm thankful for these last year or so of being able to really spend more time with her. I know some people have complained about the pandemic keeping you locked in your house and you can't really do anything. And I get that, but I was thankful for it, y'all, because it allowed me to not only since I had the telework, I got to be able to come and spend more time with her. Make sure my kids got to spend more time with her that we didn't get to spend because we was always at work. So we weren't able to just come down here and just work from home and be here with her. So I would come telework down here and wake up in the morning, have coffee with her. We'd make a little breakfast and stuff. She didn't eat a whole bunch of stuff for breakfast, but we'd have like a little half a bagel or something and a piece of sausage and just sit here and just talk. And for a minute, before she passed, I think it was like the weekend or something before Christmas when I had came up here. We were on Facebook trying to set her up and do matchmaking and find her a little date and stuff. It was a couple guys trying to talk to her. I was like, Grandma, I don't know about that guy because he's trying to give you something and we don't want corona or whatever he's trying to give. But she was like, I gotta find a man, Shani. Help me find a man. She was talking about when Steve Harvey had his show. She was like, contact the Steve Harvey show and tell him to set me up because he's good at setting people up on dates and he can find me a man. She wanted me to contact every show there was to find her a man. So for Christmas, what I got her, let me go get
it. Yeah, so talking about that one, man. So we started her up on Facebook dating, man. And one of my things that I saw on there was that one of the guys, and it was like one thing that she was saying, she's like, man, there's a lot of white guys. I said, Grandma, we are in Arizona, so you gotta understand it's predominantly gonna be that. And then but then it was another guy that was on here. She's like, well, at least he's black, but what he got on? I said, I don't know, Grandma. It looked like he got like this Halloween picture or something. He looked like a leprechaun Viking or something. I was like, bro, I don't know what he doing. I said, just swipe left. Just you don't like it, just swipe left. Don't even worry about it. Keep it moving. Go ahead.
So for Christmas, I bought her this. Can y'all see that? And the video is on my Facebook too. But it says the perfect man, milk chocolate ornament. He's sweet and decadently rich. So she laughed so hard. She was like, Sean and the kids got me the perfect man. But the truth of the matter is, and what we came to realize, and what we kind of already knew, and she knew it too, she didn't really want some other man because Grandpa was the love of her life, and there was never going to be somebody that was going to replace him. You know, the moment that he left this earth, she was just like, there's never going to be another person for her. So trying to find somebody else, that person would have always been trying to fill his shoes. It was never going to happen.
Yeah, because she used to always be like, yeah, baby, I'm going to never get married again. I'm looking for a companion. I said, Grandma, let me find out you in these streets over here trying to do a Netflix and chill. She's like, I just want to go out and rub my feet, baby. That's what I was like. Okay, Grandma. Awkward, but it's
Awkward.
but man, everybody man wants that, man. I think we're all built to have somebody there, you know what I'm saying? So she wanted that. But and I reiterate, man, she'll never love anybody else. She was just looking for what's that some of these women have? That man that occupy your time for that moment, but it just ain't the real thing. You know what I'm saying? So she was looking for somebody to occupy till she went into heaven. And so she ain't find nobody, so she dipped out on us.
She was like, forget this. His pickings is slim out here.
She said, "Man, I'm out. Look, bro, I got closer to him. I'm out." And but one thing that if you haven't had a chance to go on to Facebook, I was able to find the Bible that had the poem that Shawnee's gonna read, and she posted it. And when you read that poem and you hear Grandma's voice in it, you literally hear her speaking to you. That it's her message to you, letting you know. Because one of the things was even before, like Shawnee said, Grandma was preparing her 15 years. She been talking about a will and funeral over 15 years ago. When Granddaddy passed, it started being more frequent. We started making sure we revitalized her will. We started doing things like, and she started pretty much like before she left, she rubbed my hand, and I know she did it for my Uncle Kevin too. And it's a different kind of love. It's kind of like baby's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? So before she left, she gave me that rub, and it's like she already knew, you know what I'm saying, that it was just her time. And when it's your time and you've lived a fulfilled life, if it's 3 years like my first son, or if it's 77 years like she had, it's like once your time and your expiration date is here, you're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You're tired and you don't have that fight no more. But I think the amazing thing of that poem is that it just comforts you to let you know she's speaking to you from heaven right now. And it was crazy how spiritually that worked because she was already visualizing herself in heaven speaking to somebody through that poem, but she was still here. You know what I'm saying? Let that sink in. So it just was amazing. So if you haven't had a chance yet, go on Chantel Harrell's Facebook.
Or Instagram. I posted it on there too.
It's on Insta.
But it's really, like Jay said, like she had been talking about this for 15 years, at least to me that I know of. I don't know how many other people, but we actually found a journal that I had given to her for Mother's Day back in 2016. And, reading through that and seeing what she was really going through and how she was expressing the conversations that she had with grandpa. There's a part in there where she was talking about a conversation that they had when he was still alive about who was going to die first. And she told him, she was like, well, you have longevity on your side of the family. Your dad lived to 93. Your mom, at that time, she was still alive, was already 100. And so she automatically assumed because her parents died before they even got to 70 that she would be the one that died first. So when that did not happen, so she was, like I said, preparing for a long time. When that did not happen, it just like shocked her because she didn't expect to be here without him. And so, yeah, when 15 years ago, I think I was still, well, no, I wasn't still a kid. I think I was like 21 at the time, and she was I was standing in her room with her, and she said, I found this poem, and she read it to me, and she was like, I want you to read this poem at my funeral. And I was like, okay, grandma, I'll do that. At 20 something, I'm not really thinking my grandma is going to die. So I was like, okay, I got you, grandma. I'm going to do that for you. And then she said she was going to put it in her Bible. So she put it in her Bible. She had this little Bible, and I didn't think nothing about it. And every now and then she'd remind me too, like, don't forget that poem. You was gonna read it for me. And I was like, okay. But the last time I saw her on Christmas, and I was getting ready to go home. And she said, Shawnee, you remember the poem I told you to read for my funeral? And I said, yeah, grandma. And you put it in your Bible. She said, I don't know where that Bible is. And I was like, Grandma, I don't remember what this poem is. She was like, you said you were going to read. I know, Grandma, but you don't know what a Bible is. I don't remember this poem. And so, like, as soon as we got and then she also said, you need to read that poem. And then she said, make sure all of my girls get butterfly bracelets to remember me by. Make sure they all get butterfly bracelets and wear it to my home going. So I was like, okay, grandma. So we gave her a hug and everything and packed up and we were leaving. And then when I was driving home, I was telling the kids, I said, the reason why we come down here so much is because we don't know how much longer Gigi is going to be here because she's older, and not that we're thinking that anything is going to happen to her. Like that was, I wasn't thinking that. I was, but explaining to my kids, I was like, the most important thing to Gigi is family, and she loves being around her family. And so I was like, we come down here a lot so we can spend time with her, and it's getting harder for her to really be happy because she misses so many people who have died and gone on that were instrumental to her life. So I want you guys to be able to have a relationship with her and get to know her and build memories with her before she's gone. I said, because you never know, this could have been the last time you get to see her. And we left, and it just, we may never see her again, not knowing literally that was going to be the last time I saw her. So when we got the news, when Jay called me on Monday, and he was like, she probably would, she not probably, she wasn't gonna make it out the hospital. Um, it was just like that conversation came back to me, and it was crazy because if you know grandma, if grandma's ever called you on your birthday, she has a specific birthday song that she sings, and um Monday was actually Essence' first birthday. And I was thinking while I was holding her, I was like, I want to do something special for her birthday, start a tradition that can follow her for the rest of her life. And I said, I'm going to sing her Gigi song, not knowing that her Gigi would never call her that day to tell her happy birthday. And so I got to kiss. So it was bittersweet, but I got to carry that on for my grandmother to be able to make sure that my kids have this song for them every year. And so fast forward to, I came out here, and Jay and Bird had went through all her Bibles in her room, and they was like, there's no poem in here. There's no poem. We don't know where it is. And I'm like, no, we gotta find this poem, y'all, because I promised this woman I was gonna say this poem. And like, I'm racking my brain trying to figure out what the words were of the poem. Because if you just Google like memorial poems or poems to read at funerals or stuff like that, you get a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, no, it has to be this one that she said. So this morning we were going through, all her pictures. We were in the garage going through boxes of stuff, and Jay was like, he was about to go throw out all these papers. So he started going through them, and lo and behold, in the box full of papers that we thought was just trash, it was a whole bunch of other stuff we found too. But we found her old Bible, and I opened it, and it was right in there. I just broke down and cried, y'all. I started reading it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy she's going to get the promises and things that she wanted because she just had everything in line. She knew exactly what she wanted, how she wanted to go out of here. Even our Uncle Kevin said she had told him that she wanted to die in California, and so she got what she wanted all the way through. She was a determined woman.
Well, one thing that I learned, man, and from her is the power of words. Like everything she spoke, you know what I'm saying? You believed it, you knew it to be true because she said it and she meant it, you know what I'm saying, with all of her heart. But what I have here are some pictures that I just want to share with y'all. And these is just like my grandparents. And I hope y'all can be patient with it because I have quite a few in here and I'm trying to look. I mean, there's some funny ones, but I think for the most part of all of these, it just showed their love for each other. So I'm just gonna kind of flip through these real quick for y'all. All right. So, but if you want to keep talking, Shada, you can. If you
Oh no, that was mine for at the moment. I gotta take a breather and keep my life together.
keep it together. So if y'all look at that one, this is one of them together, and there's gonna be many of them like that. Oh, I'm gonna save that one. Then you got this one right here, and that
You
light.
probably gotta go a little closer. Maybe if I Oh yeah,
Can you
that's
dim it
good.
down? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll turn the light
So
down a
that's
little bit.
another one of them right there. Okay, I think I may have the range right now. Yep, I think I have it. There it is. So then that's another one. So if you look at it, there's a lot of pictures showing their love together and how much she really loved this man.
Mm.
It's like so many different pictures that's like this where they're just together
That was their
always.
40th anniversary party. That party, so that was supposed
Let
to be a
keep
surprise,
talking.
but somebody slipped and
Hmm.
accidentally told Grandpa about it. So he walked in. Everybody is standing there getting ready to take pictures of them, saying surprise. He walked in with a camera taking pictures of us. Talk about surprise. I was like, who the
They
heck
love
told
to
him?
vacation together.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna still keep it G though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they like to tongue each other
Mm,
down too.
man, wonder how they had so many kids. You know what I'm saying? Wonder where we all get it from.
Yeah, she
They-
loved Hawaii when they went there. That was one of her favorite places, she
There in
said.
Cancun, she talked about going back to Cancun.
Yep.
And here's another one right here.
We still can't remember exactly where that event was.
Here they go again, getting freaky, freaky. That's what they did. And then here's one of the ones I remember. I have this picture, but I'm above them. In my picture is right above my computer. I mean, one of my favorite pictures. So I want to know how we started from here, he lifting her up, to end up we getting here. This is just how a Stanford party turned up. So
That's how it
that's how it go. It start out to be lovey-dovey. You let the drinks get in you, and
Virginia said, "Oh my god."
I know I hit you with a curveball. I said I was gonna say that for later. But yeah, and then here goes one right here as well. They just was so happy. If you ever found the love of your life, that you would continue to fight for it. I mean, it was something special of what they had, man. I got to witness it. It was definitely a beautiful thing, and I understand why. Ever since he's been gone, she's been trying to get back to him to experience that same love every day.
Yeah. So I'll share their love story. Actually, I'll read it from the book.
If you ain't get the book, get the book. I definitely got mine, because it's going to explain her whole story of her life. If you ever have any questions about it, is check the link, hit it. Once again, we do not profit from this at all. It's better to get this than to try to get one of the obituaries. The obituaries are not going to give you an A to Z. This was personally done by Shani, with grandma working right with her side by side to put this book together. So this was grandma's life that she wanted to be able to give to somebody. And that's one of the great things about it. That big ups to Shani. I know a lot of people look at me and they say me, because I kind of deal with everybody, but like a
Yeah, I'll
lot
let
of
him deal with people. I'll be low key. I'll just write stuff.
she does a great job. If y'all have any information, please get with Shani. She's on Ancestry. She can give us our family line. I was looking at not my grandfather, not my great grandfather, but my great great grandfather's name was Alonzo Stanford.
Mhm.
So I was looking at that today, and I was like, hey man. So I went up, what I'm saying, 3 generations, and is looking at it, and I'm like, it was in the 1800s, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I'm like all the way in the 1800s right now. How do
Yeah.
you can comprehend that? So big ups to her. Definitely, if you have any information, please get with her to continue to fill in our family line. If you can add pictures and stuff like that, she does have it already set up.
Yeah, I one of the things that I wanted to do, and I started this back when we did their 50th wedding anniversary, which was 20, I think it was 2002, 2001. I think it was like 2001, their 50th wedding anniversary.
I think it's probably.
Or no, it wasn't. No, it was like it was.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think it was 2011. 20. Somebody know. Mama know probably. I'm sure it's in the book somewhere. But So yeah, because then he passed after their 53rd anniversary. So yeah, it was 2011 because he passed in 2014. But I started working on the family tree back then because we were hosting their 50th uh, anniversary vow renewal, and I wanted to show the family tree, the family lineage. And Grandpa was actually the one who helped me to get started because he had a list from the Stanford side going all the way back to the 1800s of the family generation that he got from his dad. So I'm still working on. I want to get the Holt side of the family filled in. If you don't know, that's Grandpa's mom's side. But I started with working on Grandpa's dad's side, and then I just started filling other stuff in from there. And it's really interesting, like the stuff that you find out about your family. Like I didn't know Ada Williams, which was I think is Alonzo's wife or is Alonzo's mother. I can't remember right now because there was a lot of people, but she was a white woman. So, which is why Grandpa Neil had a nose like a white man. So, but he was a black man. So there's a lot of different things that you learn.
A lot of mixing and mingling.
Yes, and they had 13 kids. That white
He didn't
man,
give her no break.
right? A white man and I mean a white woman and
It
a black
stayed
man.
on her full press.
I was like, where were they having these kids though, and they didn't try to lynch him? Like he must have been a light skinned man. I gotta find a picture of him to see. I can't.
I tried to look him up. I couldn't find him.
Yeah. So it's it's interesting, and after Grandpa passed and Grandma had to move out of her house, she had all of her pictures sent to me, and it was 11 boxes of pictures. It is pictures of all y'all. So right now, Jay has been helping me all day to sort through these pictures because I kept saying I'm gonna scan all these pictures and put it into Ancestry Tree. But I'm telling y'all that's probably not gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do, I'm letting y'all know now. What I'm gonna do is we're dividing all these pictures between the siblings, between grandma's children. Y'all gonna distribute these pictures to your kids. And please, if y'all could scan them into the ancestrytree.com, that would be great. It would help me a lot because this is over 1,000 pictures and I can't scan all this stuff by myself. I'm gonna keep all these old black and white pictures and older pictures like that, and I'll do those. But if y'all could do y'all family, that would help me so much so we can accomplish, keeping this legacy going and remembering everybody. But anyways, I'm gonna read this for y'all. So I don't think you can call what Shirley and Sonny had love at first sight because children never really understand anything, even though they think they know everything. However, this story has been a love that stood the test of time. Today, people meet their spouse online in chat rooms and clubs, but this love story started just down the street. On one of Shirley's many summer vacations to Akron to see her father, she met a boy named Cornelius Stanford, also known as Sonny. She was about 8 years old at the time, and he was 12. She was on summer vacation visiting, or he was on summer vacation visiting his father as as well. He was from Buffalo, New York, so they only saw each other from time to time and would talk on the phone when he would call. As kids, Shirley didn't think anything of him, but little did she realize she would one day become Miss Cornelia Stanford. During the first week of May 61, okay, a little insert in here because I don't remember if it's in here or not, but when they were this age, Grandpa used to pull her pigtails and he used to tell her, I'm gonna marry you one day, Shirley. And she was like, no, you're not. I don't like you. That's a little a bit in there. It might be somewhere down in here,
You
but
have to
I don't
update that
I
since you
don't
got that
remember.
information.
During the first week of six, May 1961, Shirley decided to visit her Aunt Sybil in Los Angeles for the summer. So she took Greg and Michael on the bus and headed out. One night, Shirley went to a get together with some friends and ran into an old friend. Cornelius had just returned from the Navy and decided to settle down in California, had where his dad had relocated to. He entered the room in a nicely tailored suit, and she thought he had a lot of money. There were three guys trying to take her out that night, but she went with Sonny because she remembered him from childhood. Yeah, I'm gonna have to update this because Grandma added some extra stuff afterwards. She was like, she didn't even know who he was when he walked in. She just thought he had a lot of money, so she was gonna go on a date with him. The next day,
Grandma gold digging.
she was a little bit gold digging, but she had two kids, so she needed help. But
I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no bro.
the next day, um, she said the next day she was at her aunt Sybil's house and the phone rang and it was Grandpa's dad and she said, "Oh, hey Neil, how you doing?" And he said, "Is Sonny there?" And she turned around. And she was like, "That's where I know you from." And then it all clicked to them that they knew each other since they were children. And yeah, there you go for that part. So that night he took her to a nice restaurant on the holiday Hollywood Strip and they enjoyed catching up on old times before he took her back to her aunt's house. 3 days later, he sent a taxi to take her to the beauty shop to get her hair done. Then he took Greg and Michael to get haircuts and bought Michael some milk and diapers. And you know, if somebody buy your kids some milk and diapers, you might want to. He's a keeper. He's a keeper.
Ain't get him a fresh lineup.
Right.
Ain't get him a fresh lineup.
After that, she just thought he was amazing. They had definitely matured from the kids down the street, and it's hard to resist a man in uniform. So 3 months later, on August 2nd, 1961, they were married at City Hall in Los Angeles, California. And for the rest of the story in there, you're going to have to get it on your own. But I will read this letter that Grandpa wrote to her in here. So, like I said, we asked everybody to write something to her for her 70th birthday. And I had to practically beg Grandpa to write this because he said he don't write letters. He didn't want to do it. So this is what Grandpa said.
And he don't say I'm sorry.
And he don't say he's sorry.
Because he said he feel that he may do it again, so he ain't saying sorry.
So he said, "Shirley, it seems like I've known you my whole life. I admit sometimes it's hard to put up with you and all these kids we had, but you know there is nothing in the world I wouldn't do for you all. I know I'm not the easiest to put up with at times either, but I love you for sticking with me. Through ups and downs, poor and rich, sickness and health, you have constantly been right here. I guess if you can stick with a grumpy old man like me, that makes you pretty good for an old lady. I love you, baby. Happy birthday."
Oh.
All the feels, all the feels. Not gonna cry.
I said I wasn't gonna cry.
Keep it together. It's okay. Let the tears flow if you need to let the tears flow.
What up, Jazz? She popped in.
Hey, girl. Hey.
So yeah, I have some of their older pictures, some of the vintage stuff. So I kind of went through and grabbed Granddaddy out.
Oh yes.
Do you want to show these ones?
I'll show them.
All right, here you go.
Let me slide over here.
Hey, there you go. There goes Granddaddy. And one thing I can say, man, our great grandmother, she is gorgeous, and she is definitely a classy lady. She the type of lady that go to the pool with there goes
Grandpa.
Oh, you don't have grandma. Hold the picture up there.
Oh, okay.
So I can run by real quick.
The one that you showed him earlier?
Did I show the one when she was a little baby?
Oh no, not the little baby one. It should have been in here somewhere in the vintage box. Okay, so I'm gonna keep showing you some pictures. So, oh, this is my mom. I was like, hey, this look like me. Can y'all see that? So that's my grandma, my grandpa, and my mama. And then this You can see that beautiful lady right here. That's my great grandmama. That's my grandma's mom.
Oh, that's because it's right here.
And that's my grandpa right there. I don't know who this other person is over here. The ring light is popping up and I'm trying to move it. And grandma's right here. This was for I think it was somebody's birthday party. They was always having parties.
You don't know which party it is. Here go grandma right here.
Oh yeah, this is you showed this earlier, but we'll show it again.
Oh, for those who didn't see it before, look how beautiful she was.
Wasn't she?
Oh, that's back in the days when they had them fold them up socks. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
the ones you pull them up and then slide them back down with the ruffles at the end. Yes, she had those. She was just so cute.
She was actually named after Shirley Temple. If y'all don't know who that is, that's Shirley. Where she got that. That's where she got that name from.
Try
backing it up. Back that thing up. Do I go down? Can y'all see that?
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good.
That's me.
That's you? Yeah. What we're gonna do though too is she gonna try to put something together as well of at least these vintage ones for everybody to see so they can kind of scroll back in history.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that together for y'all. This is Grandpa. I'm not sure who the baby is because you can't see his face. That was Grandpa. I think he was asleep, or maybe he was playing with the baby.
You know what I'm saying? As long as they ain't fell off the bed, that's kind of babysitting daddy's did. They kind of listen. Like, if they don't scream real loud, they still good.
That's Grandpa and his dad, great Grandpa Neil.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, here's Grandma and Grandpa. I'm trying to dodge this light. Grandma and Grandpa, and I'm not really sure. Do you know who this lady is?
I don't, but just show them. If you do know, you can type it in the chat.
Yes.
And tell them who it is. Fill in any of the people. Feel free.
That would be great for us if you could tell us who some people are that we missing, because Grandma ain't here to tell us no more. So this is Grandma and Grandpa and
some random kids.
Yeah, we don't know the kids. They not they kids, but they embrace everybody as they kids.
They did. May not spit them out, but they was there. Oh, show them this one right here. This is crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's like back in the 40s. Like you could spot him because he like right in the middle.
Right. It ain't that many black boys there.
He's standing out right now. You can see it. See, because they don't have the glare, you can see it clear right now.
Yeah, because it's paper.
Yeah, it's paper.
So that's Grandpa. He was in first grade.
In 1946?
Yep.
In Buffalo, New York, at Sacred Heart School. I saw that other Sacred Heart, but it didn't look like Granddaddy, so I can't push it.
Oh. I love this picture. This is great grandma right here. That's Frances. That's
gorgeous.
Grandma's
that's
mama.
Where we come from, right there.
And these are grandma's aunties. Her sisters. You got Verna and Sarah. You can see that. Yes, these pictures have been like giving us life.
Too. Look how fresh they was, boy. Black excellence right there.
This was called, where was they at? They were at the Majestic Hotel in the Rose Room.
Salad.
So you get this one.
Look how fresh they was.
Amazing.
Oh.
There she is right there.
And this is another person that Grandma missed all the time, which is what she's been showing already, which is our great grandmother Frances. But look how classy she was. She couldn't just go to the pool and be normal. She wasn't basic. She had to go ahead and put on, you know what I'm saying, the heels and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, she had to put that on with the heels and show the legs, you know what I'm saying, stallions before they were talking about stallions.
Y'all better step y'all game up, put y'all some heels on when y'all at the pool.
To the pool. She's like, you always had to be done together.
She always kept herself together. Yeah, Grandma said this was her best friend.
There go another one right there.
This picture is the one that Grandma had hanging in the house.
Rocking long chains.
If you was ever at 1790, you saw this picture.
That was the
Grandma Frances. Yeah, she had the long chains on.
Man, but here I got some incriminating evidence right here.
Oh yeah, we about to get into incriminating evidence. That's another one of her.
Oh my God, she just was so gorgeous.
She was. Grandma used to say.
Oh, here go the one with Grandpa Neil. So that was Grandma's side. This was Granddaddy's side.
So this was Grandpa Neil and his wife Pearl. Don't ask me when they got married because I'm not really sure, but
just know it's a long time from now.
Yes, I might have it on the family tree though. I had to go back and look at it.
Go look at ancestry.com.
Hit me up if you want your link because I sent everybody. I thought I sent everybody links to log.
All right, so now we at an hour, so let's finish out with showing the children and we'll wrap it up. I don't know.
Bird had to. She went to go get the food because Rennie was screaming and wouldn't let her go get food, so she brought her here first.
We'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so y'all know who this is?
Guess who that is? Out of Grandma and Granddaddy's children, you know which one it is? It's 4 boys and 1 girl. So you got a 25% chance of getting that one right. Somebody know which one that is? Because if you watched the video before when Grandma had her children, go ahead and say it. Nope, nobody ain't said nothing. Mama
That's because his kids ain't on here.
Well, you gotta give him the answer then.
This is Uncle Glenn.
Boom. So that's Uncle Glenn right there. Yes. Here goes number 2.
Who is this handsome young man?
Now you got a 33% chance to get it right. Who do you think this one is? Of their 3 boys left over. I don't see anybody.
This is Uncle Greg.
That's Uncle Greg.
The funny thing is they all had hair back then.
Yeah.
Who is this one?
Yeah, somebody just said Greg.
Oh yeah, Jazz. All right, it's only 2 left.
Who that one?
They actually smiled. The other 2 didn't smile, I don't think.
Man, they look alike, man.
They didn't want to take their pictures. That's Uncle Michael.
Uncle Michael.
I think you gave me two pictures, Uncle Greg, or I might. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got 2 left.
Okay, I was just making. Well, because I got 3 pictures.
Either Jasmine late or she.
It might be like showing delayed. Who's this pretty girl?
It's only
This is the prettiest girl on what they say? Pickford Lane. What's the name of that street that they said?
I don't know if it's Pitchford or Pickford. Pitchford Lane.
Pitchford Lane.
That's kind of easy, Jasmine. She's the only girl. And the last but not least, you definitely know that. So you can just.
Who is this one?
Looking like one of the Jackson 6. He the only one that got a line up in the cut. What they do with Uncle Kevin on picture day?
They was like, hey,
that's what happens. They like the first 3 get cut. You don't.
They said, hey, we ain't got time for no more kids. We ain't got time to get no more haircuts right now.
Unless I thought I had another picture in here, or maybe I gave you. Maybe that was the other one you was talking about. Maybe that was Uncle
this Glenn. One. Yeah, no, this one.
Oh, that's 2 of Uncle Glenn.
Yeah, that's Uncle Glenn again.
But they always had him clean, but they gave him shoes. They gave him some skips.
That's Uncle Glenn again. He smiled in this picture. Jasmine said he looked so cute. She was talking about the Uncle Kevin one.
Yeah, it's coming in late. But yeah, man, that's some of the pictures. Shani is gonna definitely load up some of the ancestry and the history part about it. But like we said, get her happy 70th book. If you can go in there and click on the link and get it, of Grandma's book. I believe it's like $24, but it's definitely priceless. So you can go in there and get the book. I got mine back on her 70th birthday 7 years ago. It does explain everything about her on there. It's going to be way better than the obituary because I have way more pictures, more intense.
Yeah.
And once again, like I said, I've been telling people we didn't know before, now we don't profit off of it. We're just trying to get something to you. There's nothing we
Right.
get out of it. We just
Something for you to remember her by. Also, like I said before, she wanted she said she wanted all her girls to have butterfly bracelets to remember her by. So go get you a butterfly bracelet and remember her. If I don't have your number directly, then I probably didn't send the link. But if you follow me on Facebook, I posted it a couple days ago with all the links to the different bracelets that we were looking at getting. So you can go ahead and purchase your bracelet. Again, we don't profit from this, but we're just trying to give everybody something to encourage you to remember her by, things that she loves. She loved butterflies. She loved animal print. Um, we wanted to do a mukbang so that you see some of her favorite foods, but some stuff got mixed up with that. But it's cool because we could do it another time. But y'all know she loved Mexican food. She loved In and Out.
So we may hop back on for maybe like 30 minutes and just eat the food and chat it up if some people want to talk.
Yeah,
we're just
we
waiting for the
want
food to get
Bird.
here. We want Bird to get here and share an experience. So you got me and Shani. We missing one. She'll be back in a minute with the food. We got her doing the Uber Eats. So she Uber eating it right now. So she did a great job. We do want to give her a chance. So give us a minute. I'll probably say
We
another.
even gonna leave this. I'll just leave it rolling because I don't want to turn it off. So I'll just leave it on and
What you can chop and screw it?
yeah,
All
I
right,
can
so
go
take
back.
a brief intermission. We'll be back. I don't know how you alert them if we back and on there, or they can just watch the video.
I mean, they could just leave your screen on or something.
And you can hear us when we talk.
Yeah, you hear us start talking again.
But they may have these phones will run out like mine. My battery run low. Do what you got to do. Put the charger
Well,
on.
I mean, okay, so I'll just stop it and then we'll start a new one and then
That's what I said. Just do a new mukbang. You know what I'm saying? Mukbang one for Shirley, her best foods, and separate it. Maybe so we can do that. That way we can just send a brand new one.
That works. What was that?
Somebody said I can't help you, chili or something. I don't know what that was. That's probably Bird. That's what she was saying. She said chili. But somebody on there gave us some props. I appreciate you. I don't know who that was. You know who that is at the bottom? Right there. When you said y'all did a good job.
No.
Oh, he said message retracted. It was somebody said we did a good job. Somebody said message retracted.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is, but I appreciate it. I saw your message. Thank you very much. I hope y'all enjoyed it, seen some of the pictures and some things we're gonna try to do.
Do you hear the garage opening?
Yeah. So give us about 5 to 10 minutes. We're gonna do the mukbang because I hear the garage opening right now. I mean, Bird coming in. We're gonna stop this
we
one.
We gonna get some food.
Yeah, get some of their food. I think I'm doing the Mexican and they doing the
In and Out.
In and Out. I want it In and Out, but I guess I'll do the Mexican.
You could have did In and Out.
Or is it Hispanic? I don't know. They ain't racist.
No, I think you can say. Grandma always called them Mexicans because she said Mexicans, them my peoples. Them my peoples. The Mexicans.
She said she my people. She said she was trying to find a Sancho. I was like, all right, she's just trying to get her food cooked all day. She's trying to eat Mexican food.
Yeah, she's gonna get her Mexican.
Every day. That's what she was working on. She was trying.
Yeah, Jay just got her all these tamales because she wanted tamales.
Man, I bought a whole dozen. She's like, thank you, baby. Then turned off the phone.
And it never came back.
I was like, bro, so I got about a dozen of tamales. So you gonna try them? You gonna eat them?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna warm up one? They frozen right now. You gonna warm up one right now?
I probably ain't gonna eat it right now. Okay. I'm gonna eat my
Been kind of hard for most people to eat. I've been just trying to force myself to eat. I think I'm overeating.
No, yeah. It's definitely. You have to keep your strength up. Eat some food. Don't let yourself fall apart right now.
All right, give us 5 to 10. We're gonna pop back in.
I'm gonna go make another thumbnail. Oh, Bird walking in right now. She's like, come get this stuff right now.
So we just gonna do the food right now. You wanna just hop right in?
We was gonna turn it off and tell them we was gonna
come
back.
No Rona. I got the negative test, so boom.
You got the Wakanda juice. You got Mexican. No.
I didn't, but why is there frying here? I want you. Thank you. Grassing. Well, we back. You see, that was a quick 5 to 10 minutes.
That was the quickest 10-minute break.
While she doing that, I'm going. You going? Somebody going? Pray for the food.
You pray.
All right, you know me, I'm one of the best prayers. Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this food. May you nourish our bodies, sanctified in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Straight to the point.
Yes.
So, Birds, you gotta take off the mask and come share your experience because we have talked about grandma. So we're gonna do Filibertos. I mean, some of the ones I like, we had to keep it close within the mile radius because we're right in a good area. So I did Filibertos. I usually would have probably did Macayos. She really loved it. She loved Macayos. I got some chips and salsa, but you ain't got the chipotle sauce. Well, so here I got some rice and beans, some enchiladas. Yeah, this is what she usually got when she was from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this in. This enchiladas is cheese though. So she'd always get this. But one thing I'll tell you, don't mess with her food. It better be good. Because if it wasn't good, she wasn't messing with it.
Right.
She was like, baby, you want that food in there? Oh, you don't want it, I don't want it. What's she trying to give it to me for this?
She Kraysha, our cousin Kraysha was telling us earlier today when she called, or Precious was telling us earlier about how she loved when she went over there and she always would ask grandma to make her some enchiladas. And grandma always go in there and make her some enchiladas. And she said one time she went and she asked grandma to do it, and grandma was like, okay. And grandpa was like, you better go make them girls some enchiladas. You know she worked hard. You better make them enchiladas for her. And grandma might have like been like, but she loved cooking for her family. She loved to make sure everybody ate and was satisfied. So my favorite thing was that brisket. So the fried chicken and the brisket, those are my two favorite things.
You know, whenever you would say, Grandma, what'd you put in this? She said, I made it with
love.
Boom.
Yes.
Look, I ain't even have to say it because she would say it all the time.
There's
I was like, well, season, let me put that in a bottle or something. Let me season my food with it.
Yes, there's a, she has a thing, a magnet on the refrigerator, and it says, I season my food with love. And so I might put that on the front of her cookbook with all her recipes in it. So that's your warning sign. If your food don't taste like hers, because you didn't put enough love in it. So
yo, I'm telling you, man, some of these women that don't know how to cook, man, get with that recipe book, man. You're gonna get you one. Grandma used to always say, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Yeah. So what I'm eating is In-N-Out. When I was growing up, there was an In-N-Out right down the street from my grandparents' house, and I loved eating In-N-Out. I didn't even know there was really other fast food places because that's the burgers that I ate.
Juanita's.
Oh yeah. I remember
Pomona.
them vaguely. So one of grandma's favorite places was also In-N-Out. She liked a lot of places, but one of her favorite places was In-N-Out. So I got In-N-Out in memory of her today. And Bird also got In-N-Out. We both did In-N-Out.
Yeah,
Bird getting her stuff set up because
Yeah, she want to go Instagram me.
Yeah, she about to be on the gram.
I don't even go live like this.
But the crazy part about it is I gotta eat with my head down because if I don't, my beard catches it.
Yeah, we don't want food in the beard. No.
I don't want it in the beard. Saving it for later. Yeah, I think she set up because Bird, people want to get your experiences.
My experience.
Yeah, they
some of your good experiences with grandma. They done heard us for about an hour.
I was struggling. And I'm a little bit crooked.
I wore my red shirt in memory of her. It ain't my shirt, actually.
Then we got the leopard print, because if you knew her, she loved the leopard print.
Yeah.
And if anybody ever sees any of the pictures that we had, this was the backdrop to her birthday, her 77th birthday. So while Bird's getting all that together, man, let me just explain, man, that one of Grandma's last dying wishes was to get all of her children back together again and have a meal with them. So we was working on that because all of a sudden I was sitting there, man, and then Bird's like, so why aren't we getting all the siblings here? And I'm like, I don't know, why aren't we? You know what I'm saying, for her birthday, because I knew that was something that she wanted. So then we started calling, man, started reaching out, got some people in place. I think the first two we got in place was Uncle Mike and Uncle Greg. Those are the first two we had to. We had to get in
I
place
thought
because I
that's
know
Uncle
Uncle Mike
Kevin.
always working, and Uncle Greg is like could be snowed in at any moment in Utah or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But still close enough. But after that, it was my Uncle Kevin because my Uncle Kevin was talking about already coming, so we didn't even tell him. So what's called it? We finally started getting them. We had all of them locked in, and what we were trying to do was just do a dinner for her and her children, right? So what's called it? My Uncle Kevin started to last me like, well, I don't know, man. My house getting remodeled. I ain't finna come. Like, look, if you don't come this time, and
Big mad.
I said you're gonna be big mad. I said
Nah, I
you
love
gotta
that.
come to this one. So trying to get everybody, but still surprise people with everybody coming.
Yeah, because they didn't know each other was
They
coming.
didn't know each other was coming because my mom was always coming back. You know what I'm saying? So my mom was always coming back. So she was coming back with my grandma because at the time my grandma went out there to Virginia Beach to go get her hair done and come back with her. So finally the day of, man, it's crazy. I'm gonna make a long story short, hit you real quick with it. Um, that's a good question. I don't know. Anywho, yeah. So the day of, man, right? Everything's coming together. My Uncle Greg's wife posts a Snapchat. My Uncle Kevin like, wait a minute, they in Arizona? And he didn't know. I was like, man, I was like, nah, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Hang up. I hung up on him real quick. Got to tell him, man, no posting, no posting. Right. So then we finally get there, man. And then when we finally start coming in there, people start bringing their children. So they're surprising her. She getting me one by one. If you want to see the actual videos of her crying and all that, go to Chantel Harrell's page and you'll see those if you haven't.
No, it's on my YouTube channel.
Okay, Inspiring Beauty. Go to her YouTube channel. That's where you can see it. So we're doing the YouTube, so you can go ahead and see it, and you can see those pictures of her being surprised. But I think that so everybody comes in. The first one that gets her is Uncle Kevin and Uncle Glenn, but she kind of knew they was coming anyway. Somebody kind of bust that one out, so she got that. She got surprised. Next one
But
that
she
came.
cried anyway, even if she knew it was
She
coming.
cried anyways because she got them. But they was all bringing kids. And after that, Uncle Greg came. And when Uncle Greg came, he had all of his, you know what I'm saying, children and stuff with him. So that really surprised her as well. But the last one that got him, man, I got everybody going crazy.
Wait, no. Because then little Michael and Zeph showed up and she was crying because she was like, oh, your daddy can't be here, so you guys came.
Oh man, and if you know grandma, if something ain't going right, she gonna let everybody know. She was telling Uncle Michael, I said, Uncle Michael's like, yo, they hit me up, what do I say? Nothing. Don't answer your phone. I said, you'll be here tomorrow because he's the one who's coming late. He's coming the day of. Everybody else is coming 2 days and 1 day before. So Uncle Michael comes, I pick him up from the airport, and I'm trying to surprise my mama. Why all of a sudden I'm sitting there, Uncle Michael's like, oh shit, he hopping in the car. I'm like, what's wrong? He said, that's Michelle right there. I'm talking to my mom on the phone. She's sitting right behind me. I was like, oh, forget it. I said, they're here right now. So we surprise mama and them. They go crazy in the parking lot and fries. Then we shoot down there for grandma. Uncle Kevin breaks when Uncle Mike and them come in the house and stuff. And he's just like, oh my God, I knew it. And so finally we got all the siblings. This has not happened in over, what, 6-7 years?
Since Grandpa died.
Since Grandpa died, that was 2014, that they was able to bring them together. Not only did we did that, but we was able to capture them in a moment sitting inside our living room and stuff, and they're talking, they cracking jokes on each other, they laughing, reminiscing about old times. So
that video's also on this channel right here.
You gotta stay on this YouTube channel. We flood up the YouTube channel. Watch that video. I promise you're gonna be weak because you're gonna be laughing so hard at what they say in there and about their experiences with granddaddy and all that. So I was just like, man, that was the thing that really was her last dying wish, and we was able to do it. And we did it in the fashion of just keeping it pretty simple. We didn't really try to put too much pressure on people. We just ordered out and did Olive Garden. And we did Olive Garden and we sat there and she got to dance. She got interchange. Man, that I never got none of. I'm still waiting on that churro cake. I was ready to, I'm like, yo, how y'all make me go pick it up and I still don't get none? You know what I'm saying? So still, y'all gotta go give me some of that cake.
We will get a cake.
Good. All right. So, anyways, that was one of her dying wishes, and she finally got it. So this year of 2020, though it was like a lot of things that was going on, it was actually still a good year, but it was like she was getting closer to the point as time went on. Because after that, we was not supposed to have Christmas. We have Christmas every other year. We had it last year. Well, Shani and them all of a sudden was like, yo, we need to have Christmas this year. You know what I'm saying? So we put it together at the last minute and was able to have it, be able to get that last picture with her because she left the day after Christmas and then passed away 2 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? But she was in California since the day after Christmas.
Shout out to Casey, because Casey, his boo, was instrumental in making sure we all had matching PJs so we could do that picture together. And it was like the highlight of like, everything. I think it encompassed everything that meant a lot to grandma. She loved Christmas. I love Christmas. And she loved having her family around. And then we did it so like to make it super easy and everybody wasn't in the kitchen cooking, we just ordered whatever food that everybody wanted. So she got to have her favorite food.
Everybody got what they wanted. Their favorite food.
She had Cheesecake Factory. She got the chicken Madeira because she loves that. And we played Family Feud. That video is on the YouTube channel too. Our game night, our Christmas game night. That was one of her favorite games to watch on TV. She wanted to go on a Family Feud show. We never got to do that, but like we had the board game, so we played that together. Played some other games. She got to be surrounded by, her grandchildren, great grandchildren, and stuff. And then she went to Cali to see some final people. And we didn't know, like I said earlier, we didn't know that was what was going to happen. It just happened, but it was kind of like she knew this was her final things and she wanted to see her loved ones and everything and then just be out.
Because when you hear the stories of my uncle, like my uncle Kevin feels in that part of the story when she told him like, baby, I want to die in California. You know what I'm saying? And that's where our grandfather's buried and that's where everything originated for most of us growing up in Cali. But to rewind back though, a week before Christmas, we solidified the lineage as far as for me and my children. You want to share yours or what?
My children?
No, no name.
Oh, Bird?
Yeah. So
your change.
I said, is it okay to release to the world?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we all did, me and my children as well as her. We all embraced the Stanford last name. So I no longer have the last name Stewart, and she no longer has the last name Bird. Bird is her first name, and Stanford is her last name. And so we all embraced the change.
Stanford on mine.
Yeah, Stanford gang all day, you know what I'm saying? Well, we was always Stanford's to heart anyways, but that was one of the things that really warmed her heart because I feel she felt complete with all these things that leaded up into this year. Because, you know what I'm saying, when it was revealed to me and God was like, you got to get it done before the end of the year, you never know what the hindsight 2020 is, but it's a reason for everything on the list. So I got it done in time and she got to see that and I feel she was complete and she was fulfilled. She said she lived a good life and she loved and enjoyed everything, but she was ready to be back with her boo. She was on Netflix and chill in heaven. She ain't doing it on earth.
Booed up.
So yeah, 100. So Bird, you're the only one who hasn't shared your experiences. We've been on it.
I had the same experiences. We was all together.
Whatever. No. Okay, so yeah, she was always the one that got everything she wanted and stuff. Grandpa always gave her everything. Grandma always gave her everything. So
that's how you really feel.
We did not have the same experiences. I'm just saying.
But I
Grandpa still showed y'all both love.
He did, but I got showed a little more love after when I started having kids, because then I got a little more courtesy. I feel like he was like,
hey, she a single mother. Let me
right, he was like, that man you should take care of out here in these streets and stuff.
Either that or he just was old. He's just like, man, I'm deep down there, man. I'm relaxing. Man. I'm just gonna do whatever y'all say.
Well, and then Grandma always would remind me, like when I was a baby, he would put me to sleep on his chest and stuff. So I know my grandpa loved me. But I feel like I got yelled at more than Bird did.
Everybody got yelled at more than me because I was a good child.
She's the type of kid that she the type of kid that make you like, you know what I'm saying, it's like deceiving. Because you're like, this one like well behaved. Maybe if I have another one that's like that and you get a Hellraiser.
My mom's best friend said she used to watch me when I was younger, and she was like, "You were the kid that made me want to have kids," and then I had 2 kids, and they were not like you.
Deception.
So yeah, I think I was pretty mild as a child. It externally probably, but internally I fought a lot to be this idea that everybody had that I was.
Man, live up to it.
Yeah, living up to everyone else's standards, making them my own. I still do that. I'm a work in progress.
It's okay. Keep working on it.
The Lord is working on it.
Jesus be a fence.
I have a lot of memories.
Or take the wheel.
Jesus take the wheel. I don't know. I remember swimming.
Yeah.
I remember.
How'd you learn how to swim?
Not by getting thrown in.
Probably either Zeph or who is what?
Oh, it's one of them next level people.
Mm-hmm. It probably was one under.
I remember we were playing toothpick. It's this game where you have a toothpick and you literally take it, or if you jump into the pool, you put it at the bottom of the pool somewhere, and
then
it will float up eventually, and then everybody has to find it.
And we just standing there staring at the pool. Like, where's the toothpick at?
And then if you find it, you jump in, you get the toothpick, and then you win that round or the game.
But this is the crazy part of toothpick. If one person jump in, everybody jump in. You don't even see it, but everybody jump in because they trying to get it. So you jumping on people's head. That game was like
dangerous.
Yeah.
And fun at the same time.
It was fun. We kept playing it.
Yo, the imagination of somebody and I don't even know where we created the game from. But yeah, it was like, yo, let's take a toothpick to the bottom of this 12-foot pool, swim it to the bottom, come back out, get out, and wait for the light to hit it. As soon as we hit it, we're going to jump in and get it, and that's the point.
Yeah.
And yeah, most of you got jumped on, so we really learned how to swim, like survival swim at a young age. There's people jumping on your back, on your head, you're over there sucking up water and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But once again, for those that don't know, in African-American Black households, how we learn how to swim, you get thrown in. It's just what it is. I don't know who threw her in, but she got thrown in too.
I don't know if I got thrown in. I think I just got almost drowned. That's what I was trying to say. Zeph almost drowned.
Probably because that's a little younger. So it's probably, but I blessed Shiny. You know what I'm saying? I blessed her.
Thank you. You're so
now she can swim.
You and DeAndre.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do.
D, I forgot about that. Wait till you come over here. We beefing.
But she ain't gonna say what really happened.
Yeah, I ain't gonna put that out
in the public. But yeah, it's going down. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think, man, that's what I was telling them too. I said you would have never known we was broke. We had a pool and a jacuzzi. And we was eating shrimp and steak. Everybody thought we was rich, boy. But when granddaddy died, we knew we was poor. Because we ain't had nothing. We didn't have nothing to keep it going. And we couldn't keep the house or nothing. None of us had money. But that's the thing that is great about it, because the thing about legacy and what we learn, and you know what I'm saying, we're not just carrying on the name, but the learning lessons of that. When my grandfather passed and they had to short sell the house, it sparked the whole family to never be in that position where we would lose the home we grew up in. We had such a connection with that house. When the house sold, they said the party house.
That's what they put on there for real?
That's what they put for real.
That's funny.
Because it was the house that always was partying. And she had the pool, she had the jacuzzi. And there's many nights they went and hung out. I tapped into the bar and the jacuzzi. I was sitting there, teenager chilling.
The bar and the jacuzzi.
Man, I was living a good life and some steak too. I was sitting there like, bro, I ain't gonna tell you.
I was thinking the other day about that video that me and you did, and when we were talking about how you knew the party was about to end, the song that gets played.
Oh yeah, Love Ballad.
Yep.
What's Love Ballad?
Man, you so young. Hold on.
She gonna play it for you. Because when you hear the song, you're gonna know the song.
You gonna know.
Beautiful song, but I'm like, dang, why they gotta play this? I start hugging my cousin, like, oh,
you about to go home.
Let's go, they spend the night. You know, you always say that when you're a little kid. And they spend the night. He's like, nah, boy, I ain't gonna drive no 45 minutes. Come on. Can I come to your house? When you finally see your cousin. Yeah, that's the song. Turn this.
Oh,
I can't play the whole thing. Copyright and YouTube would be to lock my stuff off.
Oh, I ain't know that, but don't you supposed to put on there something like this is
Copyright,
not
copyright. Something like
this
that.
is not my song.
Yeah.
I do not own the rights to this song.
We do not own the rights to this song. This is just a memory. What somebody say about it? I can't see from over here. What is that?
Virginia was going through answering the pictures and stuff. I think sometimes when like if you because she said she had to hop off when she was coming back. When you come back, it starts you where you were.
Oh, so then they cut. I was like, man, your mama came back in and answered. I'm like,
right.
Jasmine been answered those. Okay. Yeah, so that song right there is a beautiful song.
What a difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part I always remember.
That's how it started off. When I hear that, I'm like, oh shit. And grandma and them sitting there crying at the table, her mama nuzzling them drinking. I'm like, hey man. And I was like, man, your mama leaving? Your mama leaving? Your dad leaving? Can they spend the night? That's what we always say, man. So one thing I can say, man, that I've learned from our grandparents that I truly don't think we embrace enough is that lifestyle of community and unity and all that. It's like when Granddaddy passed, it caught everybody by surprise, and that hurt it. This one shook the earth because I'm like, grandma's on my time feed for like 2 days straight, every single post. And I'm like, shoot, I'm like, man, grandma more famous than Tupac. I'm like, man. I'm sitting there like, yo, she made it so much impact, but she's been in Alabama, she's been in Cleveland, she's lived in California most of her life. She went to live in Virginia Beach, and she's been in Arizona. And everywhere she goes, she touches people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's impacted.
She went to Texas too.
Yeah, Texas and
Stop
New
in
York.
Texas.
She didn't live in New York, but visit in New York.
She visited New York, so she's been in a lot of places. But I was speaking about it in reference to the one she lived.
Tara said, Grandpa was always yelling. I remember Grandpa making me vacuum before a party.
Oh, that's the thing, man. Y'all got to preach on that. Mama be the same way right now, too. It's like whenever a party, you can never let them come to your house dirty. So everybody had chores. I'm sitting there cleaning out the pool, vacuuming and skimming, doing the yard and everything. So everything had to always be, you know what I'm saying, presentable. That's what they taught us. And taught us once again about that community and putting in and working together. And yeah, just having the pool and going swimming and having that childhood, I was like, yo, I really had a good childhood in the hood. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We didn't even know we lived in the hood though. Like,
nah, it wasn't until you came out the actual block. It was like,
where'd you go on another block, another street?
On our street is because everybody knew each other, but nah, the back streets when you came out the street.
It was like what do they call it? Like, you know, gangs that neutral territory that you can't go to. That's what it was like. Like this
just
place.
On that street.
Yep.
So
because I had to walk through 6-7 hoods just to get to school.
I remember Kayla said, I remember the first time y'all took me to Cali. I met everybody and went to the house y'all were talking about with the pool. I met Miss Shirley, your grandpa, Auntie Nessa, etc. Y'all been stuck with me ever since. Right. She said, never even heard of Pomona before never even heard of Pomona before I met
Big
y'all.
Town.
And y'all took me to In-N-Out and I wasn't impressed. But for the record, Kayla don't like nothing. She says she like everything though. She don't like nothing.
Not if she don't cook you.
But we're eating In-N-Out, Kayla.
Yes.
I mean Max.
Yeah. Well, he's not. That is not.
Them grandma's people.
Oh, don't mind my slang and my don't mind me.
Kayla said lies. Girl, you don't eat nothing. You don't like nothing.
Ain't no lies. That's all facts. No cap.
No cap.
Bird was telling me about this lady that thought grandma reminded her of her grandma or something.
Yeah, Walmart. That's when she first moved out here.
Well, we were in the grocery store and grandma was using one of those little electric scooters. And the manager, and Kayla called us haters. The manager,
fact tellers.
Truth tellers. She walked up and she said, oh my goodness, you look just like my grandma. Like my grandma passed away. and you remind me so much of her. Can I have a hug? And grandma was like, come on, baby. And just give her like this big, long grandma. If you ever had one of Grandma Shirley hug, you are living, okay? Actually, I was reading something in that book talks about. So she gave her a big hug, and the girls in Walmart, I were crying. She was crying because, I mean, there's power in it and a transfer that happens in her hug. So yeah, so it's just those are the different experiences. A stranger in Walmart, gets to consider her grandma, and that's the one that she used to go to out here. So she would see her and speak to her and stuff like that when she was there pre-Rona. So yeah, just
Pre-Rona.
Right, just building those
This
relationships.
2019.
Right.
Grandma never met a stranger. So everybody was family. They turned into family. And I've heard so much of that over the past couple days. People like, she took me in. She made me her child. She made me her grandchild. She loved me. I'm gonna miss her more than if my own parents or I lost my own parents and I miss her more than I miss them when it devastated me more than when they died. It's just like crazy to hear that stuff because we know how much she meant to us. And even though like there's a bittersweetness to it. We're happy she's no longer in pain. We're happy that she's at peace now, but it don't mean that we don't miss her and still wish like we can come in here and give her hugs or have conversations with her and stuff like that. Like we still cry and stuff, and I know people think like, oh, we're so strong and we're keeping it together. We have waves of emotions. I was crying earlier today. I might cry some more tonight going through pictures, laying in her bed. Hey, Rennie, hey.
Dang, PD, trying to be all in the videos.
Did I hear y'all talking?
She was like, you talking about Gigi? What? I'm
Gotta
gonna
go
miss her
Suge
too.
Knight if you don't want them to be all in your videos, dancing and stuff and yelling.
Come to death row.
You come to death row. Come on, Rennie.
But it's just something I shared in a video a couple of days ago when I was talking about her and why I have peace in the midst of grief. I was saying, I remember when my grandfather passed and it was really hard for me. It took me by shock, like Jay was saying, it took us all by shock. It was really difficult because I didn't expect him to go. And I didn't want to accept that he was gone. But when I really started thinking about it, he had been in pain, had medical issues of some kind my entire life, like going through like at least 3 decades of some kind of sickness, cancer, diabetes, stroke, all these different things. And when I really started thinking about it, I was like, it's really selfish of me to want him to stay here and continue to be in pain and continue to go through these health challenges just so I don't have to let him go physically. And so when I learned that, and then over this last year, watching my grandmother, our grandmother, watching like, even though she still smiled and she was still, happy to see us, you could see in her eyes, the unhappiness, the sadness that she was like, and she said so many times, like, she was like, Shani, I've lived a good life. I married, love my life. I had a beautiful family that we created together. She's like, I don't know why God still has me here. I don't know what else he wants me to do because I'm tired. She just kept saying she was tired. And so for me, I had to accept that I didn't want to be the person to be like, no, I need you to stay here with me because I don't want to let you go. I wanted her to be at peace. Wanted her to be able to be free of the pain that she was feeling in her body. Because there was times she would be in here sobbing, crying because she was in so much pain. And the doctors kept saying, oh, well, we'll give you another injection for the pain or take these pain pills and stuff. And it wasn't working. And we're like, we can't do anything to help her. And it's hard when you have somebody you love and you see them in pain and you want to be able to fix it, but there's nothing that you can do to actually fix that. And for me, I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, I'd rather her be able to leave this earth and not have to feel that pain anymore. And just remember all the good times I had with her. Like the poem that she wanted read. Like when it's my time to go, release me. Don't try to hold me in this earth. And I'll be waiting for you on the other side. So that's my stuff. I didn't get all emotional. I'm trying, but yeah.
I said I wasn't gonna cry.
She gonna cry in the car.
She gonna cry in the car.
I'll tell my mama.
Tell my mom.
My grandma
Gave me that chain.
Y'all, we have so much fun, so many good memories, and like laughing with her. Grandma was funny. Like everybody may not know, she was hilarious.
She said, what she said about meeting your maker?
Oh, she said, if your granddaddy ever, because I don't know what happened, but it was something in the aspect, if your granddaddy ever put his hands on me, he might as well have gave his soul to the Lord. I was like, that's gangster. Can I take that? I was like, you might as well just give your soul to the Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. You might as well forfeit it because I'm gonna take it from you.
I'm about to make this introduction for you. You and Jesus about to meet today.
He was like, I don't know, Lord. I swung in them here. Like, I don't know what happened.
I just blanked out. Woke up at pearly gates.
Not to say that granddaddy ever did domestic violence. I think she was watching something that some spouse did. There was nothing in that aspect.
On a slightly different note, though, she was telling me about our aunt Sybil, and she said, because she was always telling me the stories. Man, we come from a family full of gangsters and stuff. And
life, tatted on my chest.
She said Aunt Sybil's husband hit her one time, and she shot him in the leg. She was like, "I bet you won't ever put your hands on me again." And she stayed with him after that. I was like, "What the?"
I mean, he in check after that. Like, oh damn, he was like, baby, let me back in the flow. He was limping, but he's like, let me not bleed on this carpet. I'm about to change the tile and I'm gonna cut the grass. What else you need paid, baby? After you get shot, there ain't nowhere else to go from there. It's obedience. After you get shot, he might as well learn. That's where they learned it from. You might as well give your soul to the Lord. I'm telling you. Lord. Forfeited.
Virginia said, "Hi, Bird."
What's up, big bird, little bird?
Gang, Stanford gang. Yeah, big ups to Virginia Bird that I'm speaking to right now. She's enjoying the Stanford clan, that last name Stanford.
Yes, congratulations on your marriage.
Hey,
to little
welcome
Michael.
to the family.
He always gonna be little Michael to me.
He's gonna be little Michael. Little Michael 100. 100. What's call it though? My mom was telling me something earlier today that was pretty funny. Here's the facts of it. She was telling me, she was like, man, the only friend I actually kept after my brothers broke up with him was Tracy. And then she started telling me about what's up with these women. They love the Stanford men. I said, we come from a good lineage of, stock. Granddaddy was awesome. The women is good too, but we're gonna speak about the men right now.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just maybe it's because they was out there slanging it.
Hey, we was taught well. And for those who didn't see the video at the beginning, watch our grandparents in the picture I showed y'all before. You understand? God. We come from a long line of freaks, I tell you, bro. But not to get too much business.
A long line of freaks.
Yeah, it was one time. There was an alarm going. I was at grandma and grandpa's house, sleep.
Oh Lord!
It was an alarm going off outside. It scared me, so I ran to their room and I opened the door. Don't ever, children, if you're watching this, don't ever open no door when
And parents, if you're watching, lock your door.
And I saw a whole side of grandpa I never meant to see. I was like, ah!
Full moon.
So I don't know what I walked in on, but I just listened to the alarm going off.
How you think you got here?
Listen.
Skip a generation. That's how she got here. Just passes on. The gift that keeps on giving. Populate the world.
But yeah.
Kayla said I'm an honorary Stanford. That is accurate.
Oh, Kayla, yeah.
Welcome to the family.
We got a bunch of honorary ones.
Well, I already been for the family. She got welcome a long time ago.
Right.
I'm glad you're still in here.
We
ain't
found
run
some
you off.
pictures of you in here too.
Oh,
Taylor
yeah.
said people that don't lock doors want to be caught.
Well, I didn't want to.
No more locked doors. Gracias.
Gracias.
Yeah. Yeah, it was back when Kayla with the cornrows. Kayla with the cornrows and blue eyes.
Not blue.
See, they was blue.
Yeah, she
Kayla-
had the blue
Kayla-
Gina.
Shoot, yeah. Kayla had the blue eyes with the cornrows.
Kayla always had the fashions. She would be switching up her style.
Man, that's like that DMX challenge you did when
Hell yeah.
you take everyone.
Which-
You can go through each one.
That's what I was saying, Kayla. I'm like, what? She said, sir, I never had blue eyes.
No, you didn't, but your contacts were.
No, they was hazel.
Oh.
She said they was amethyst, ma'am.
What? What?
Man.
What?
Hi, La. Hi, Sam.
Oh, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
What up? Light skin done popped in.
La.
So,
La
Bert,
come
what's
teach
your-
me how to skate? Huh? What's my what?
Memories.
Rakia stole them. She stole your blue eyes. Look, hey,
Everything.
yo, my sister, she stole her hair. You know what I'm saying? Just snip, put a
She
ponytail
went and
in.
stole my underwear one time. She wanted to wear some thongs. I said, what? Tell me my underwear.
Look, she said, get it how it
Kayla
lives.
said she had amethyst, which is purple in parentheses. I guess I'm slave. And hazel.
We all is. Man.
Yeah, I do remember that she took your contacts. I'm like, how you gonna see with somebody else's
Someone was way over
contacts?
here probably. She was probably young and everything. Trying to
That's
pop it in.
wild. That's wild. You sure is right. She used to take a lot of stuff. That's not hold on what it is. Let's not go back to those days.
Yo, who's on the other one on the YouTube? Anybody say anything on that one?
Yeah.
If anybody got questions, bring it up. If you got anything that you want to know about grandma, because this is an aspect of paying homage to her, we can answer those. I think.
Yeah, we got Jerry, Virginia, Mom.
Okay, but none has recently been said.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they all hopping in on the IG.
Yeah,
Amethyst.
Legram.
Virginia said such a great weekend. I think she was talking about the birthday party.
Oh yeah, the birthday party was lit, intense. A lot of people, and that was a small party of the family.
They
So
had
Yo, that was trying to keep it under control, and it was small. We tried to keep it under control, and it was still like 50 people. It was
50
only supposed.
people was a last minute, small, invite only, intimate.
Yo, let me tell you about a Stanford birthday party for a kid. So if you look at my birthday party when I was younger, it was like only 2 kids and like 30 adults. Because they was just waiting to get the cake and stuff already done, and they was gonna push us to the side and start partying. It was like it turned into a dope party that quick. It's like, yeah, man, hurry up, man. Open them gifts. Hey, happy birthday. Turn it up. Get the bones out, get the spades, get the drink. You got people walking around the corners, smoke some weed. It just went down in the hood. Watch what you drink out there. You just might be, it might look like juice, but really not.
Kayla said grandma had them edibles. She was lit at Poochie at my party.
Oh, yeah, that's Poochie.
No, only to Kayla.
Only to Kayla, but that's who they speaking of, just so you know. It's like you got to call her Bird.
It's Bird.
Yeah.
Doesn't respect my name. La said it'd be like that sometimes. LOL. Kids parties be like 30 seconds, and I feel you on that.
Man, that's because the parents the ones that really need it after that day. They're like, oh man, let me get a drink.
This
When
our
your
party
parents
now. This our party now.
Look, but you gotta watch out. Some of our parties where they drop their kids off and disappear. They come back. I've seen parties like that too. I'd be like, yo, come get me.
Well, at McKinley, like the parents would be in like one area drinking, but I don't know where the kids be. In the front yard, backyard.
Yo.
At the pool.
Yeah, the pool.
Hold on. You better not keep running in and out of this house. That's black culture. Better be in before the street lights on.
Close that screen door.
Are you inside or you outside?
What you doing over here? This grown folks business.
Thank you.
This grown folk business. Try to sit at the table, try to listen on what's going on. Well, you have somebody else whoop you. Ain't even your parents. Like who is you? It don't matter right
That's
there.
that old school culture.
That's old school to the village. Look, I was like, bro, you get whoopings all the way down the street. Like, look, they already got me.
What? You gotta get another one.
La said kids don't get no ribs, just chicken inside.
Yes. They did hot dogs. You did hot dogs.
Grandpa used to make the best barbecue ever, but like we couldn't get the ribs.
Nah, you gotta wait. It was not like women and children. It was like women, men, children, whatever's left over. You made a good day is a burger.
Y'all get these hot dogs.
I get a link. I get a hot link.
If you lucky,
On
get
a
a hot
good
link.
day.
On a good day, linking a hamburger that was free.
That is so accurate.
Chicken,
Like,
baby.
never.
Yeah, we used to have a lot of people in there. And then, yo, when you leave at the end of the night and there's some food left over, you got your paper plate to go one with aluminum foil over it in the bag, one of the bags. And look, you tied it up in the back of the refrigerator and hide it so somebody don't eat your stuff. Yo, let me tell you. Write your name on it. Black culture.
We used to hide it behind a bar or something like that. So
Yeah.
take the food. You gotta stash it in the house somewhere. You put it in the fridge. Somebody might be like, "Good luck." Like,
Man, they already wrapped it up on me.
Kala said, "Hide your plate too." And Kayla said, "You letting on my good air. You letting on my good air."
Yeah.
You letting on my good air.
So what, you air conditioning the neighborhood?
Exactly. Running up my bill.
Running up my bill. What do black people say when they see a lot of lights at Christmas time?
I wonder how much the electric bill is.
Damn, that light bill high. That's what I said. I wrote like, God damn, boy, I know that bill about $700.
That's the crazy thing. Like when Grandma,
Black culture.
she kept the Christmas light on. I mean, the Christmas tree lights on day and night, and I was like, Grandma, we're not turning the Christmas lights. She was like, no, it's Christmas time. We leave the Christmas lights on. I pay the electric bill here. We leave these Christmas lights on all day and night. I was like, okay, Grandma.
Man, Grandma, like, I'm gonna get this whole thing. Yes, Kayla, aluminum foil, man. We ain't pronounce the whole thing. We cut it short. What you talking about?
Cut it short.
Aluminum foil, that's what it is.
La said, "Name or not, hide that plate."
Hide that plate. Look, she like, yo, protect it. Protect the bag, not just the money, but your food bag.
Protect the bag.
Protect the bag.
To go bag, bro.
Look.
If you look up and that
smooth gone. You like.
You better go put it in the car or something.
Look, some people was. Mama used to be good for that. She like, look.
Mama brought her own Tupperware.
Look, she like, because I already know what they gonna do. We gonna make sure we get our plates.
That's when you got a lot of kids and stuff too.
And look,
I'm gonna be eating these links and chicken and sides.
That's why Grandma used to make so much food, because whoever pulled up got a plate. That's just how they is, you know what I'm saying? Like Grandma said from Shirley's story earlier.
Ma said, I fixed my plate and put it in my car immediately, and I respect it. I respect it because.
Oh, Zeph, what up, cuzzo?
What up, cuzzo?
Busy.
Yeah.
Virginia said, why is my bird so bullshit?
I get it. I mean,
she embraced Francis. Yo, that's the spirit of Francis living on.
Yeah, we love you too, Zeph.
Where is that?
I gotta talk to Zeph.
About trying to drown you?
Wait, let me talk, because La said she's leaving with 10 plates. She got kids.
She got what?
She got kids.
What?
I think she had 7 in a bun or 8 in a bun.
Yo, he ain't giving her no break.
None.
Bruh.
What is this?
Great grandma.
Pearls and all.
That's where you get it from.
Nah, you need. I can't look for it right now. But she would go to the pool with her bathing suit on and high heels. Be like,
a bathing suit and high heels. Yeah, I love you too, Kayla.
She out.
Yeah, she's out. You had the wrong. My thing is over here.
That's I'm over here. Okay.
You gotta get both of them. They gonna see the underpin right there, shining on the YouTube.
That's great grandma right there. I'm trying to show Bird that started Instagram too. So I'm trying.
That's where I get my bougie from. I
It's a long line of
Oh,
bougie.
here's the swimsuit.
But
with the
yo,
heels.
let me tell you, we have pictures and we can't show y'all all of them. But the people back in the days, our family line and the black excellence that's behind it, some of the things they had on their dresses, the suits, getting dressed up, eating and drinking. I was like, yo, fly, boy, it was fly.
Fire. I just
It
on
was
my
on point.
my Instagram and my Facebook, I put grandma's photo that I found. She had this black hat on and the red dress and black gloves. I was like, it's the whole everything for me. The whole vibe. It was just amazing.
I seen them. They were like decked out in like fancy dresses, stilettos, pearls, and all that stuff.
Jewelry.
But they was sitting at like a plastic foldable table, and I was like, "That's the life for me. Like that's me."
Look, I'm like, yo, we bring our own table. Look, you ain't gonna make us go through the back way. We segregation or not, we gonna bring our own table.
It was so.
If they don't let you at the table, you bring your own table.
Bring your own table in.
That's how we.
Beauties.
Oh yeah.
Grandma, great grandma. What was I gonna say? Oh, and I'm texting. I'm on my.
Love y'all too. Love you too, Zeph.
My niece's Instagram because I don't know how to log in.
I was like, how Joelle on?
This is her phone. This
Oh,
is my
okay.
niece. My niece phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
She
Oh,
loved being
somebody had a story because Zeph on here. Somebody had a story.
It was me.
Right.
I got you. I ain't forget because I keep looking at his comment.
Where's your phone at?
My cousin Zeph tried to kill me on numerous occasions.
I was gonna say they could call in on your phone.
And I just want to acknowledge that I'm traumatized by my cousin.
Here, I'm just gonna make a beat.
What's going on?
It must be always behind that right there.
Oh. See, that quick.
Are you gonna lie?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody didn't want to call in.
Yeah, if you want to call Jay.
Why they can just join in my live?
Oh, you can make it. Okay.
They just join in and they can.
What up, nephew?
Hey, Big Go.
What up, son?
Big Mo, Little Mo. So yeah, my cousin tried to kill me on numerous occasions. The most memorable was him trying to drown me in the pool. Zeph, we're talking about Zeph Verdon, that I love. He said, Miko said, what's up?
Hey.
So I just remember being in the pool and I swam. I was in the deep end. I swam to the end of the deep end to try and grab the rail. And Zeph was standing on the outside of the pool and he decided to put me back. And I remember I'm like under the water, like trying to get air and all that stuff. And I thought I was gonna meet my maker.
Hey,
that's one.
You never felt like you was gonna die and alive at the same time. La's on here, and I know Kelly them's on here. Y'all weren't on here in the first video, but in Black culture, how do you learn how to swim? Is La still on? Maybe. Okay. She'll probably tell you, but if you don't know, you throw them in.
Did y'all used to have races with no shoes?
Good. You gotta take the shoes off. You know what I'm saying? Some be in socks. You know what I'm saying? Get that extra. You gotta get that extra speed in.
I did not. I don't.
See? She said her dad threw her in. No. Black culture. Look, nobody else.
That is not okay.
Yo, that's that true meaning. Like, I brought you in, I can take you out, but you better swim it out. Like,
I thank God for my grandfather, who, when I was drowning, he jumped in and saved me. Because the rest of y'all jokers, nobody jumped in and tried to save me.
Hey, until I see like a couple of bubbles come. I think you're still good. If you still,
nah, you supposed to learn.
Look, you gotta get. We all can swim. Yo, we got.
I said, bro, where TF was CPS? Like for real though.
No, there was no CPS. We got whooped. What are you talking about?
In a black family, you never told your parents, I'm gonna call 911
They're like, take them. They like, take them. Like, yeah, I needed a break anyways. Like, they give you a gun.
No, Zeph, do you remember when Jay made you sniff sugar?
So we used to watch a lot of hood movies, and I think we was watching Scarface, and yeah.
Where was our parents at?
Why was y'all watching Scarface?
We was, yo, I watched Menace Society, Scarface. We was in the hood. It was like.
That's what he got through in. Nah, it don't count because you tried to drown me.
Yo, didn't Zeph choke you out till you went to sleep?
Yes, that was my next story.
Yo, I'm sorry, Catch Your Thunder. Go ahead.
What?
Yo, we had no CPS.
So then I was at my Uncle Michael's house, and I don't know what we was doing. We was playing whatever, and we was outside of the kitchen, they have this little like sitting area thing. So we was over there playing, and my cousin like, I'm gonna make you go to sleep. I didn't know what that means. So he come up behind me and he like choked me till I can't breathe, and I just like, and I hit my head. It was a tile floor. I guess he thought it would be cool to like practice his WWE stuff. But actually, at that time, it was probably WWF.
Yeah, it's WWF.
But yeah, like I legit hit my head on the ground. I'm surprised I still have some sort of brain cells. But Zeph tried to kill me multiple times. I just want to say on record.
No, but you ain't see it. Let me pick up where that left off. So she passed out. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, he was like, oh, good. He's telling down the chest. And she was like, and I was like, oh. I said, you might as well give your soul to the Lord. I was like,
Zeph said I was bad.
Yo,
yeah, Virginia, I think the comments are coming in late, Virginia. I don't know why.
But yes,
try going out, coming right back in, man.
I don't know, man.
I think he was just experimenting with people at home.
No, it was because Zeph was like that. I'm defending Zeph because I grew up with RJ too. So Zeph was like that because of the abuse that he received from him. That we received. I remember one time I was sitting in the bathroom at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and they had the sliding door. It wasn't a regular closed door, so you could lock it. It wasn't no lock on. I'm sitting on the toilet, and he come running, open the door, throw a shoe at me, and run back out. And I'm like, but I'm like, I don't even know if I can finish going to the bathroom. Like, you was never
safe. Made you go quicker. You got nervous.
You gotta stay ready.
Look, you just gotta learn how to pee quick. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold it up. You'll never know. Ready. The element of surprise. Look, I prepared y'all for life. I only knew what was taught to me. Like Uncle Kevin and them used to beat me up every day.
They put you in the deep freezer too?
Nah, I put Zeph in the deep freezer.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't remember the deep freezer. All I know is that they used to make me fight so much that I was beating up kids at school. It's like, yo, so it's just like, yo, it was just the training. But
that's why Grandma was on her knees praying for you so much. She was like, I got to pray this boy through.
I kept her on the knees. She had cherries on the knees for me, boy. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, we was. I won't even call us bad because my grandma. That was the one thing my grandma used to always say. She said he is not bad. That's when you know you're bad. When you try to defend somebody's badness, he's not bad. He's just mischievous. And I was like, yeah, I'm just mischievous. And I read it. And I read the definition. I got on it. Grandma's still bad. She's like, well, it's just like you get into a lot of stuff. Maybe I'm like, because as a kid, and that's another thing. Is Zeph on here right now. We were always doing stuff because like kids nowadays, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff is fed to them between TV, video games and stuff. A lot of times we had to go out there and figure out stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we used to experiment. And when I found out that dry ice, like in a water bottle, is kind of like the Mentos in the soda bottle right now, like explodes. And so I tried it and I did it and I was like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And then I showed Zeph, worst thing ever. Zeph stuffs, I'm like, cuz that's too much. Cuz that's too much. And he kept stuffing it in there. He threw the hammer and he said, boom! Everybody came out their house. We tried to break, man. Zeph got whooped again. Zeph got the most whoopings. We tried to discuss who had got the most whoopings.
He said, I got all the game from RJ.
He did, but he got caught. You know, I was like, you hit somebody, the other person hit you, and the second person get caught. Zeph was the second person. But he got a lot of whoopings because, you know, the BB guns and stuff he learned from me, but you know what I'm saying? It was. Oh, let me tell you about this story since Zeph's on here, man. I know we talking about CPS and kids and stuff. We was not watched, but we used to have them bottle rockets. So
shout out to all our parents who were not around.
Latchkey kids, what up? You know what I'm saying? It was latchkey kids. I was like, yo, they're talking about my kid can't stay home at 8. I was like, God damn, man, I was watching Zeph and Little Michael at 8. Walking Zeph home. Zeph was 5 and 10 ago, and I was in 3rd grade. I was like, bro, how he can't stay by himself? I was watching the whole kids. Like, I had to watch all the kids. Out of my grandmother's children, it's Vanetta and me. So I'm like the oldest boy, and she the oldest girl. Yeah. And I had to watch all the kids. But anyways, back to my story with Zeph, man. It was great times. 4th of July, we got bottle rockets. We have, and if you ever see some people doing on Facebook, you'll see people, but they had the wars. We were shooting them at each other. But Zeph running around, I hiding up behind in the backyard at Shirley's gate, and I'm looking, and I was like, all right, where you at? And he ran across the street. I said, God, I lit it. And why did the bottle rocket shoot all the way across the street and explode in his hand? And he had fireworks. The fireworks went off in his hand. He's like, oh. Right. This dude had burnt toast hand. He was like, this boy hand, he had it scraped off with a butter knife.
Oh my
So
god.
you should have been a quarterback.
Man, I'll tell you, man. Look, I never could do the military, but I'm a marksman. Man, cold with these bottle rockets.
Hand on fire.
Set his hand on fire, yo.
One of the things that I was thinking about when we were going through all these pictures, I just kept coming across graduation after graduation after graduation, and grandma's at all these graduations, and I was like, man, she was always so supportive. She was always about get your education, and she was always so proud. She wanted to be at everybody's graduation. So if you graduated, grandma was there. We got pictures of it. If she wasn't there, you probably didn't tell her you was graduating. That's your fault.
And she got the programs too.
Yep, she kept everybody's graduation programs, invitations.
The perfect age. He said, "With the Rockets toasted me."
That's true.
Like I said earlier, we got all these pictures. We're gonna distribute them back out to everybody. You can go on the ancestry.com and put your pictures up on there. I will give you a link to do your stuff because I can't.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been here. I'm trying to help my sister out. I've been in that box all day. It had to at least be 7 hours, and I don't even feel like I did it then.
And that's one box. We have multiple boxes of pictures because grandma and grandpa took pictures of everything. They had a lot of memories, a lot of parties.
I needed Instagram back then.
Right, it'd be easier.
But a lot of times it's not the same as what we got right now, like touching it and feeling it, the tangible, you know what I'm saying, evidence of what was going on. It's just a headache, boy. Just like we don't have CDs no more. Everybody's either on Apple Music or whatever else you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was crazy, man. It was good times, man. Growing up in the hood, growing up black, I would never change it for the world. It's some of the best times, man. And then let me tell you an experience I had with grandma. We was talking about grandma paying homage to her, rest in peace. We miss her, you know what I'm saying? We go through our waves. But one thing I didn't miss was her whoopings.
I was about to ask that earlier. Did grandma ever whoop you?
Man, let me tell you, she whooped me for peeing in the bed. I was 2. I was 2. Like, bro, I never peed again. I probably would still be holding it today if I thought about the whooping after that. She whooped me so bad. Like, I don't know how the belt was like wet or something. I don't know, because it wrapped around, went around my leg twice and hit me in the nuts. And I was like, oh, grandma. I said, it hit you. She's like, boy, that's going to make you not pee. I was like, oh. But you know, the thing is, growing up black, man, what's the other thing that the parents do when they whooping? They got to stutter. Don't you ever. I was like, I don't want to hear ever again. Like, if you don't get off of ever, get to the next part of your sentence and stop whooping me. I used to get whooped, man. Grandma got me one time. I only remember one time. I never remember my granddaddy beating me. Because granddad used to have that.
Beating me. Grandma was beating you?
Grandma beat me so good. Look, I thought she gave me a vasectomy, man. The way she whooped me so bad. I was saying, yeah, now I have 5 kids. At least I knew it was working. I'll try to tell you. Because I wasn't sure at that point as a young kid there too. But what happened was, I think most of all, it wasn't that. It was that, I don't know, I was 2, so I couldn't comprehend the fact that I took the drawers that I peed in and put them in the bottom of the drawer with the clean ones.
Oh, that's what she was really mad about.
That's what she really was mad about. Look, she ain't had to worry no more. I never peed again. I never peed again in the bed.
Virginia said, my grandmama gave pictures.
Yeah, her stuff is she might have started it over.
She might just be coming back in.
If you on Instagram and you want to see the stuff we talked about in the beginning.
If somebody's seeing some of the other pictures, man, this is what she gave me when she was still alive, and I honor and I cherish this, even carrying on the lineage of my grandfather. This is his cross that he had. Yeah. So when they look at it, a lot of times, man, it's like it's not nothing extravagant. It ain't nothing behind it, for the simple fact of the true essence of the reason why I had to change was because of my grandfather's and just having that thing. Because I think when he actually passed away, I really didn't get anything. Like, I didn't even really want nothing. Some of the things I took was some handkerchiefs that had his name on it, some ties, and a wallet. And that's all I really wanted. But then after being here, she said, I feel that I want to give this to you. And I was like, hey, I'll wear it with pride. So it's always with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it close. So forever grateful for that. And she gave it to me when she was living, so I don't have to fight nobody for it. So I never would have thought it was mine. It would have probably just kept me. It would probably want to went to somebody.
No, she said she just want her phone.
You found mine, so you can get on there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you,
Thank you.
yeah.
What I was gonna say too about just you getting that chain and stuff like that is like now a lot of people.
The volume was up.
Is that like now there's not a lot of like things that we make nowadays that last. Like one of my friends, her grandma left this like really nice like solid wood table that she's passed down, and they just have to either like get it like like something like that, you could just get it restained or like whatever. Like they don't really make furniture like that. They don't really make like jewelry like that. It's all about the costume, like stuff that doesn't really like last. Like even clothes be falling apart, getting holes and all that stuff. I feel like everything lasted longer back then. Like it was made better.
It was made to stand the test of time.
Well, yeah, Cheers is about as seasoned as Grandma in our living room right now. They've been reupholstered and everything. Same Cheers.
Them Cheers that was in the living room at her at 1790.
And everybody seen them ones in the living room, 1790. And it was a chair. It was a long bench chair, and it had plastic on it. You kind of knew because you woke up when you slept on it. You was dehydrated, and it stuck to the side of your face. And you had to peel it off. You're like, hey, I needed like you dehydrated because all the sweat that came out of you on them. If anybody know, growing up black with them, and I know a few
of y'all.
It should
have been named Growing Up Black.
That's Growing Up Black. Hashtag Growing Up Black, yo. It's just some things we do in our culture that I never change. But yeah, plastic on your couches. That living room you can never sit in or even walk in. There's just certain things that you
that
do.
Green carpet. That's not a Grown Up Black thing. I just remember they green carpet.
Yeah, that's because so much people used to walk through there that they needed. It's like we got to get some dark carpets. They got green carpet. We want to make people take their shoes off. Oh yeah, man! And then through the green carpet, going out to the family room or the playroom, we call it. Granddaddy had to put them stickers up there. There's a few people that busted their stuff.
Walk right into that.
Into the glass door. They was like, boom, like, oh, shoot. Like it wasn't open.
I forgot about those stickers.
Everybody's like, why you got these random like glossy sticks? Like, bruh, you ain't hit your face on it. You ain't you ain't face planted on that thing.
It's a different life.
It's a different life, yo. Yeah, I used to love all of it, man. All those memories from our grandma, man. So we have neither one now, grandfather or grandma, but I am so glad that the memories that we have will forever last, besides any kind of jewelry or possessions and things like that. And that's just something I want to tell people like that. And I know a lot of us are working towards things and solidifying things for our children and things like that. And that is great. But never forget about those special moments and those experiences, because that's what the children remember. You know what I'm saying? My nephew just said that to his mom. Jeremiah said to Shani was that one of the things he remembered out of everything was playing Family Feud with her. So it's those times that spent, those quality times, those quality moments. And Grandma and Granddaddy gave us so many of those moments. They created the space of that they created so many moments where, you know what I'm saying, when they sold the house, it was called the party house, because it just was so many great moments that we had together. And I'm truly grateful from it. But but the point I was trying to make is that when Grandma was leaving, she wasn't concerned with nothing else. She wasn't worried about no possession. She wasn't worried about divvying out. She's like, that's what the will for. Yeah, I figured out when I leave. I forgave
that is not my job.
That's not my job, and I don't care about none of it. I'm trying to get back to my honey.
Yeah, and my mom.
And my mama.
So I have so much respect for both my grandparents, but especially my grandmother, because a lot of times you see in Black families, when somebody dies, y'all trying to
sell bean pies,
fish plates, all this stuff, trying to sell stuff to be able to pay for just to bury the person. And Grandma didn't want any of us to have to worry about paying for anything for her. She took care of everything like in advance. She was like, I got everything paid for. I got everything planned out. Like we said earlier in the video, she had been planning all this stuff for 15 years before she even knew anything.
What up, C?
Hey, Corey. Oh, it's a different Corey? It's not the same.
It's okay.
Okay, whatever. Hi, other Corey. But she wanted to make sure her family did not have to worry about how to lay her to rest. She made sure everything was taken care of, and she didn't want to leave anybody any debt. She made sure all her debts and everything was paid, so we wouldn't have no additional stress in the grieving process. Because burying somebody is hard enough, but then you got to deal with how you gonna bury them. All the bill collectors calling you because they still want their money, and this person is gone. She was like, I don't. She cared about her family, and she didn't want us to have to go through that. So I respect her for that, and that's the kind of legacy we want to continue to leave for the rest of our children and stuff. Please don't call us talking about can you help bury me because or you wouldn't call, but whoever will call.
Don't let your little friends.
Yeah. Make sure your stuff is taken care of. Learn that from Shirley.
And one of the things, man, that I learned from her, the first step, what she did before she actually paid for it, was life insurance. So make sure you have your life insurance. That's the way to go about it. Because one of the things that we had to deal with, and why she did that as well, even before Granddaddy passed, you know what I'm saying? Because Granddaddy's, I believe now, his wasn't paid for. So his wasn't paid for. Yeah, we was working hard, and she never wanted that. And one of the things, man, we mentioned before, so, and I know a lot of y'all are just coming in, was that she never wanted to be a burden on anybody. Even with living here and us having to do stuff for her, she never wanted to be a burden. And even when she left Earth, she didn't want to be a burden. And there's nothing wrong if you have to sell pies and all that stuff, but at some point, be the one that's gonna break, you know what I'm saying, that generational curse, because the people before us didn't do that, except for grandma. So with her doing the big ups, and now she's set a precedence for us to stick to that moving forward. So I have life insurance for me and my children. So if we ever leave up out of here, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had to bury a child before, and you know what I'm saying, and I wasn't prepared for that one, and that's very difficult. So to have to grieve a person and have to figure out how you're gonna pay for it and get them in the ground or whatever, whatnot, is very difficult. So please do that. It's the least we can do for our children.
So Zeph says, one memory I had about grandmother was she never forgot me on my birthday. She always found a way to call me or send me money every year. That's how I know she always thought about me and loved me.
Yes.
That's another thing, man. She took everybody in as her own children, yo. She if you, and that's the thing about it. With everybody like that, she treated everybody the same, yo. Like it didn't matter what grandchildren, and she got a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And like we said, we had a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? And then our kids had a lot of kids. But yeah. So in other words, that's one of the things grandma did. She did that, or she would sing to you. If she couldn't give you no money, she would call you and sing. And it's nothing like that. And I didn't get to keep it, but I can listen to my sisters or someone. She sang happy birthday to her. But every year now, you know what I'm saying? You never know when that person gonna be gone. So you always think you got time. And I never recorded mine with my name in it. You know what I'm saying? So I never got it. But a lot of times she ended up singing to me, you know what I'm saying, recently in person. You know, and she always treats everybody the same. Everybody the same. She can meet a stranger in a grocery store like she has and give them a full-fledged hug and make them feel like they just the most important person in the world. So yeah, she's given that memory to so many people. And Zeph, man, that was one of the things me and Zeph had talked about too, is like that one hit different. You know what I'm saying? I know he lost his uncle just a little while ago, but grandma's just another, you know what I'm saying, another beast. You know what I'm saying? She's impacted a lot of lives. Sweetest thing. And we all gonna miss her for sure.
Michaela is way far back, but she said throw you in. As in throw you in the pool. That's how you learn how to swim.
Oh yeah.
You already know.
She is Stanford.
Stanford.
We throw y'all in.
And other bird says, I was telling Michael the pain I felt when we found out. Truly felt like I lost my own grandma. She always made me feel like I was a Stanford. You are a Stanford.
You are.
She never threw nobody out, just like she never threw out any of these pictures.
Right. Grandma was hoarding. She hoarding kids, family, bitches.
This is another. I was about to share a different memory of her, but this is another memory I got. So after Grandpa passed, and we was like going through some. No, well, this was like later after he passed. It was when we went to help her pack up the house, and we were going through her stuff.
Hi, Charmaine.
And is that Charmaine?
No, my friend.
Okay.
Hey,
she be saying hi. I'm like, hey, why not? No, don't go that
and
person.
go right back to what's on.
So we were helping her pack, and I was going through this one closet, and way stuffed in the back of the closet is this brand new, like I think it was Coach or Louis Vuitton purse, and it still had the tags on. And I was like, Grandma, what is this purse for? She was like, oh, she said, I bought that purse, but your grandpa threatened me that if I brought any more purses in here, and he was gonna kill me. So I hid it, and I was like, because when we packed her stuff, she had 6 huge boxes full of purses because she loved purses. So I was like, Grandma, well, can I have this because the tag's still on? She said, no, I'm gonna use that purse. When, Grandma, you got 6 boxes of purses. You're gonna use it. She had 6 boxes of purses. I think I packed like 10 boxes of shoes. She loved to dress. She loved to shop. That was one of her favorite things to do. But
she wrote about that in her journal.
Yeah.
Shopping.
Yeah, she loved to shop.
To be able to shop.
That's what she was like, I just want to be able to go shopping. There's Corona and everything messing stuff up. She can't leave the house. She was not feeling that at all. So another one of my memories, when Bert was talking about her going in the store, she was in the little scooter thing. I got 2 memories about that. So one was when she was first learning how to drive those. We were in a grocery store and she was trying to figure out the forward and reverse, and she was running into all the stuff inside the store. I was trying to record it, but I was laughing so hard I couldn't focus on her to record it. But she's backing up and people trying to move out the way, and she's like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. So once then
eventually she started to do it, and she was whipping, and I was like, I think you're going too fast.
That was
hitting corners in the grocery store.
Blind.
And then she would just like not even look back and be reversing and stuff. Like, she needed me to do the checks. Like,
leaning in there.
That was like, so my other one about her driving those things is when we went to Sedona for Christmas. We were playing this Christmas game, and it was like a supermarket sweep thing. If you ever seen that game where you got to speed through there and find stuff, but we were doing it for Christmas gifts, and so everybody was like did the countdown, and everybody's supposed to run and find their gift. Well, she was on her scooter, and she just took off flying, trying to find this gift. And I was like, most hilarious thing ever. And all these people were standing around watching us, like, what are they doing? And I was like, it's just a game. We're playing a Christmas game. But like everybody was fascinated about this little old lady speeding through the store. I was like, yeah. We had a lot, we had a lot of games, a lot of fun. A lot of these past couple Christmases, we started, like Jay mentioned earlier, we were doing Christmas every other year since Grandpa passed. And so we started in 2014, and we would like get together and go to like some different location. So we went to Sedona, Flagstaff, Lake Havasu, and we just do these like 1 week family.
And then we had it here.
Yeah, we did it here. We did it here last year or 2019, and and then we weren't supposed to do another one until this Christmas, but we ended up getting back together this year or 2020, and was like, we're just gonna get together and do Christmas again, not knowing it would be her last Christmas. And so she was really happy to have everybody together, because we wasn't expecting all to be together. We was just like, this is our Christmas off. Everybody just chill at home.
So Miko said one time Gigi told me that she knew her time was coming and that she loves us all dearly, but me being her great grandson, she always loved my sense of humor.
Yeah, you did have a good sense of. She loved you. She loved them golden lady earrings you got her too.
And who I am as a person, she was so loving and always said, "I love you, baby." Always have and always will. Yep.
Yeah, that was her thing. And to the moon and back. That's what she always told me when I was little. I love you to the moon and back.
And then Michaela said it was the deep freezer too. I don't know what she's talking about.
She's talking about back because earlier she's watching the video. So if you are on Instagram, this video is also on YouTube. But if you start on the YouTube, it's gonna start you from the beginning, and you'll see all the other stuff we're talking about. But I didn't get thrown in the deep freezer. I appreciate that. But Zev got put in the deep freezer, and that's why some of his brain cells might have been going, and why he tried to drown you. He didn't know no better. It was RJ's fault.
Yo, but bump that. Let's not talk about the fact of what Zeph and David did to me, right?
Why?
After years
David is the one who tried to drown me too.
Yeah, so that's what I said. Training. That's growing up black. in the pool, you get tossed in. I was playing a video game though, man, right? So these are grandma's grandchildren. This is what we do. But I'm playing.
Lauren said, not the brain cells. Sorry, child.
I'm sorry. We love your husband. We love your husband.
Oh, Lauren on there?
Yeah.
What up, cuz? Oh, she on that
YouTube.
She on this one.
Man, look, we all got a little bit of brain cells missing. Yeah, but so I was playing the video game, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there chilling. Zeph and David goes and throws like a thing over my head, and somebody else throws like a belt around my neck and pulled me back. It was choking me out.
They're gonna let you.
Bruh. Man, I got up out of there real smooth. I come running after him, right? And that's what happens when you latchkey kids and your parents ain't watching you. Because somebody, Lala said earlier, where was CPS? Nowhere to be found. Anyway, so we running. I'm running down the stairs to get them. All of a sudden, they run and they go separate ways, but they jump. They jump, and I'm sitting there like, what they jump for? So I run down the stairs. They put soapy water on the tile. I go through the wall. I was like, oh shit, Uncle Michael's gonna beat me. And they sitting there laughing. I'm like, man, so I'm still chasing, man. I couldn't get him, but I'm limping because my knee done went through the wall. And Uncle Michael get home, and I try to explain to him. I was like, nah, but they put soap. He's like, nah, I'm finna show you how to fix this wall. He learned how to fix a wall after that, but yeah, man, then I went through the wall. That's why I be worried about my children. Like, hey, what you doing up there?
Yeah, be careful.
Better not be in that toilet.
Hi, Lexi. And then Lauren said, love you guys. Michaela said, y'all was bad. Stanford House and Rialto still can find signs. Ask the walls. Nah, that's
they done remodeled. You ain't been there lately. They done remodeled. They covered up all the evidence. Virginia and Little Michael and them, they did their thing in there. It looks totally different. It looks real nice. They even put carpet back on the steps.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So they put carpet
Nico
back.
said, I remember when I had ate grandma's Ritz crackers and had made it look like it wasn't open. She told me it's okay because I'm going to just tell your pops. That's always made me know she always appreciated everything my pops did for her.
Yeah, because she charged me. But let me tell you about it. Were you going to tell the story about it? Did you see what happened with the Ritz crackers?
Nah.
Yo, so my son, right,
Wait. Zeph said we had to plan things out before we got RJ.
We do.
The whole plan going on.
Right, so here's how it's about to go down.
I'm still in awe. I remember one time Zeph pissed me off, and I just hit him with a whole phone book. But see, you hit people with phone books because they don't bruise. That's why you do it.
And because that was light skin, you can't put.
Yeah, I can't put bruise on it. He was like, I can't see. I said, open your eyes. He said, but that's how we did. But man, we grew up in the
Michael
street.
must have been safe.
Michael was pretty much safe. So was Maisha. Maisha, you couldn't touch her. You blew on her wrong. Like I remember the first time. I remember Zeph got like the most whoopings out of all of us. We talked about that the last time we got in Vegas. But, yeah, like his dog.
Zeph said he had a black eye.
I don't remember that. I saw no bruises.
Bird said phone books.
Phone books. I let him read all A through Z. I do it. And look, right next to he tried to hop in there, thought I wasn't gonna hit him in front of little Michael in the crib. My aim was on point. Feet hit him. But
what's wrong with you?
God.
yo, we was for real, but that's what happened when you in the hood, yo. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight. It's like
That was not the hood.
Nah, that was. You ain't came outside. You ain't come outside them cul-de-sacs. We keep telling you, that street is safe. The streets is safe, but you got to come out the neighborhood. It was even right there at the little food place, man. I always try to come over there and pick Zeph up. He stayed over there. It was always some shooting and stuff going on over there. Needless to point, let me tell you about Miko's story talking about the Ritz crackers with grandma. So, man, I sit here and grandma's sitting there like, she said, oh, heck no. She's like, RJ, go get me some Ritz crackers. I guess she wants some tuna or something. I go to grab the box and like one little package of 3 fall out. And I'm like, what the? I was like, the top was like sealed, like it was still like fresh. This dude opened the bottom of the box and eats all the crackers except 3 in one pack. So I go to grab for grandma. I'm like, oh, grandma, you ain't got no crackers. Wait, hold on. We was like, Miko. He was like, brother, if you're the only kid in my house, there's nobody else to blame. It's either me, her, or grandma. Bird, you eat the crackers? No. Grandma, you eat the crackers?
Like they gluten free?
They're gluten free. Nico, He like, dang. I was like, bro, you gonna buy these crackers for grandma? So yeah, he ate grandma's crackers.
Yeah, had a job.
That's so crazy. I had just bought her some new Ritz crackers too. I looked at them today. I was like, I'm gonna eat these Ritz crackers now.
Man, I tried. They gonna say that for long. Her Lena Dunes would have been gone. Them shortbread cookies, she was getting fire. We ate her Cheez-Its though.
Yeah, that was his stuff.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just finna figure out who gonna eat all this meat she left in the freezer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm about to be cooking that for my kids. Y'all about to eat all these meat.
People keep asking what we need. If y'all want to come cook.
You come cook, you come take down this Christmas tree.
Cause like whatever you need.
You come help us sort the pictures.
Only problem is they don't know all them people though.
This is true.
We need people who know them people.
Well, you can help scan the pictures. You ain't got to know nobody to scan pictures. Who got scanners? Y'all, listen. Come pick up a box of pictures and just scan it. One of the things that I was thinking about looking at all these pictures, we got a lot of pictures with grandma dancing. I done seen a few videos people posted of grandma dancing, and like she loved to dance. We got a picture of a bird teaching her how to the bankhead bounce. In her happy 70th birthday book, she talked about all the dances she used to learn when she was a kid, because she used to love when she was a teenager to learn the new dances. That was like, we got pictures.
She was doing TikTok before.
Yeah, she was getting her TikTok on.
And she was twerking way before it was called twerking.
Yes. She was
a
dancer.
She said shake what your mama gave you because your daddy was tired.
She said one time, I can't remember if it was her or Mama Nessa, but they said that I was outside. I couldn't have been more than 5, I think they said. They said I was outside by the pool, and they said, look at Shawnee out there shaking her butt. She already know what to do. I was like, why would y'all remember that? This is what I learned though, because by 5 I had seen them shake their butt so much I knew how to do it. So.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a professional.
Sarah said grandma was always dancing. My favorite memory is her dancing out by the pool with Mama Nessa. She was always the life of the party.
Yes, she was.
That's why I put in my post, like, I know she up in heaven dancing.
She dancing.
All day. That was the first thought that popped into my head. As soon as I knew she was gone, it was a picture of her and Grandpa dancing together. I was like, she got her dance partner back.
Because he had to go learn how to dance and all that. He didn't really dance. He didn't want to dance, but he did it for her. That's true love. True love. Man, and like I said, man, when people think about it, man, even though you don't always get along with your mate, there's a difference when you have a true love. And like I said, she knew it, but she really felt it when he was gone. Okay. I keep talking.
Oh, thank you, boo.
Oh, you was just gonna come off into the screen.
Right. That was JoJo.
That's my little twin.
But yeah.
Yeah. There's another picture I just saw of
you finished everything.
Her me and grandma dancing together. She was like backing it up.
Oh yeah. I think she was like,
I don't think I was teaching her at this point. I think
she was probably trying to teach you. Like, this is how you do it, because you didn't learn.
And that was in Sierra Vista.
Yeah. I think she was coming for one of our graduations or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because I know she was at my high school graduation. I saw a picture of her. She came to both of my high school graduations. If you didn't know, I graduated from high school 2 times apparently. Well, one, it was
college.
Well, I mean, one was my GED. It's a long story. I ain't about to go into it, but one was my GED because I wanted to be done with high school quick. Then I thought about going to the military, and they told me I couldn't go that early with a GED, so I had to go back and get my high school diploma. So I got 2 because I'm extra. And then I decided that I didn't want to go to the military anymore, so I just had 2. Then I went to college. But whatever I did, my grandma always supported me in that. She always supported me in, like, I remember she sent me this journal, and she was like, don't ever stop writing. Don't ever stop, making your videos and stuff. She always told me, you're going to change the world one day. I was going through stuff. She was reading one of my books. I was like, She always saw greatness in all of us. It didn't matter how much we messed up in life. she always saw greatness in us. She always knew that we were all special and that we were all going to do something amazing with our lives. And so that's what I carried with me. Like, no matter
What
what.
up, Blair?
Oh, I'm talking to. I'm looking for people when you say stuff.
I just see people jumping out. I'm saying
Oh, you're so nice.
Yeah,
I gotta work on speaking to people.
my phone is over there. I can't.
Oh.
I need to start doing my laptop that way I can use my phone to write. How do that?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do others and stuff. Others. So for people who have been asking and continue to ask,
What can I do?
well, no, not the what can they do, about the funeral arrangements.
Oh,
We don't have an answer yet, because due to the pandemic, there is an increase in deaths in California, so they kind of have stuff like backed up. So we are waiting to be able to even get a date set. Once we get the date set, we will let everybody know. But of course, because again, there is still the pandemic, we, from what they've told us, there's gonna be a limit on how many people can come. So we will be doing a live stream of the service so
On
that
YouTube.
yeah, on this YouTube channel, or Instagram people on Inspiring Beauty and Believers YouTube channel, so that anybody who can't be there can see it, because we know everybody wants to be there and pay their respects and stuff. And if it was up to us, everybody'd be there. But we have no control over the laws and everything like that. So.
And understand we got to go into California. So
Yeah.
and we all know all in all what they're saying right now. But I think one of the great things is though grandma was in there, when at the time of her death, she tested negative, so she was good. And she got to really bypass a lot of the red tape you had to go through if you didn't have any tests or anything in that nature. So yeah, we're gonna definitely reach out to people, let them know, and I'm gonna try to accommodate it for I'm saying as much people as possible. We will let those know, and for those who can't, we'll definitely have to be on by the YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else, man? I had a good time with y'all.
I did too.
I gotta get back. I gotta get on this grind. So.
So I recently went. This is from Bird. I recently went to my uncle's funeral, and the way they have it is 25% capacity. Obviously, the amount of people goes based off the side of the building if it's inside. But was that in Riverside? Because Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
That's where your wedding was supposed to be.
Yeah, different cities, different things. We're hearing things about openings. I'm gonna make some phone calls and really get with some people. I've been getting some information about being down there. I'm not down there, so.
Sarah's in Rancho.
In Cucamonga. Yeah, well, I'm getting some people reaching to me and sending me different places that may be able to extend it. But my main focus up front is going to be her children, her grandchildren, and her great grandchildren, and then we're going to work on anything extra to get the extended family in too. I want everybody to be able to be there, but we still got to be safe. We still know that they're dealing with the pandemic and everything. So if I can get it outside and get everybody there, we're gonna try to work it, but we gotta see because we gotta work with the funeral home in order to make sure that they're gonna accommodate all this stuff too, or if it's gonna be any extra cost or not. So, got you. All right, so I am
Good
done.
people.
I enjoyed it. I hope y'all had some laughs. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. If you missed any of it, you can go back and watch the replay. On the YouTube channel. It's still going to be up there. And we'll keep you posted. Don't forget Shirley and Stanford. Always
go.
Yep. This food tastes his chip.
This is all for grandma. I'm eating Mexican food because of her.
Yep. Shout out. Them her peoples.
Them her people. She loves Mexican food.
Tara.
We miss you, honey. We love all y'all.
I actually got some pictures of you, Tara. I'm putting in Uncle Kevin's box, so
oh yeah,
he'll get them to you.
Yeah, again, everybody who we separating the pictures for each of grandma's children. So
Whoever you connected to.
yes, get with your daddies, and so you can get your pictures from grandma, all the pictures that we have of her, and get with me so I can set you up on your ancestry.com and you can scan those pictures in. Appreciate it. Love y'all. Or you want your
Get my
phone?
Mexican vote.
Yeah, you can, just push that.
X out. We out this piece. Wow, living room. What kind of room forever? I should have had a caramel frappe on.